Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tombs of Scoria. It has been a little while, but our party is finally ready to head out towards Glacia. We are doing a little bit of a time skip in between the last session and this one as the party gets their gear. We could talk for another couple hours about all the preparations, but I think the nuts and bolts of it are done, and we're hand-waving a lot of it since we just threw some money at the problem. We've got some advisors who can help do this stuff. We don't need to dig around and all of the crap.
I will say, because I think it's important that we get just a couple ground things out. So I messaged you before we went live. So Tyrael will go around and talk to Arc Somber, and then get guidance from the Queen. Who are your big sailors, and find out when expeditions go out, why do they normally fail, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So if some obvious stupid thing comes up, we're not gonna be like, oh, we never thought that we would need an anchor, and then we die or something stupid. Okay.
Right. You'll find that usually when things go awry, it's monsters and storms that sink ships mostly, and then beyond that, it is food and water go bad because they don't have purified water like we do in the modern era, and they don't have water filtration systems. You literally just take a bucket and dip it in river water and then slap a lid on it, and that river water is filled with life and algae and stuff, and after a couple of weeks or months, the water is just impotable anymore. And food can go bad, but if you have a cleric who can cast Purify Food and Water, then that sort of solves those sorts of problems. And those problems are mostly on board ships. Traveling over a frozen area, you don't have that as big of a deal because cold keeps things fresh. So nothing terribly unexpected would have come from those sorts of conversations.
I'll cast a divination and see if the journey is gonna be without peril.
Yeah. Much danger awaits you on your journey.
No, sorry, the journey there. Obviously the journey at the place is gonna be big issues. But on the way, are we gonna get our ship sunk,
Gotcha.
And it is a D100. That actually fails, but I took 3. But we'll see. It's fine.
Yeah, you cast your divination about the journey, and it comes back sort of murky. You're not really sure what's going on. So,
before we get into it, I think the cameras need to be swapped around, Stephen.
Why?
Because the name's wrong.
Oh shit! It's the top ones this time. Good job.
Thank you.
anything else before we begin our campaign?
Anton writes a letter to his wife explaining where they're going to be going. He may never come back.
Shit.
And he seals it with a kiss.
All right.
And he has it sent away.
She'll get that eventually.
We're going to have a conversation, a real quick one. The three of us. Are we on the boat?
Mm-hmm.
We alone?
You can find a spot alone, yes.
Nice. We've got our own cabins on the boat, right? Obviously.
Indeed.
No, the boat is. You don't each have your own private room. It's not that fancy of a vessel. It's a ship for hauling stuff. Sorry, buddy.
Bullshit.
Okay. Anton and Emmerich. This is likely to be our most dangerous journey yet.
You'll know.
We need to keep our wits about us. We need to be careful as we travel. Fuck, I had something I was going to say and I totally fucking forgot it. I just think that to myself. I nod and I give them both a hug and I say, stay safe, let's be careful. Okay.
It's alright, Cyril. It's a stressful situation for all of us. Just remember, with magic being unreliable here, I'm not sure I can save your asses like every other time. If shit hits the fan. So we gotta be careful.
There will be no healing for me either, so good luck.
Well,
all right.
We do what we must.
Yeah.
Okay. Your vessel packed with sleds, dogs, your people that you are bringing from Arcadia. Jack, Teresa, Lord Khan, Pola.
Wait, my mind recycles. Yeah. I remember we were going to say, this is going to be the largest expedition of people that we've managed before, establishing a clear chain of command is probably going to be really important. Like, are we functioning as like 3 or 4 independent like battalions, or because we have like the 2 night guys too? Like, how does this work?
I was going to let each of you control the people who belong to you, and then we could split up the wayfarers.
Yeah, I wasn't even necessarily talking to you. I meant between the 3 of us. Like,
I'm sorry.
Are we functioning like? Well, not. I wasn't telling you to shut up or anything. I just mean like, in terms of like, like how are we? Are we working pretty independently, or is like, are we going to say that Tyrael like has the final say in things, or like
working together, and then Tyrael has the final say?
Yeah, but I think we need to have someone who we put in charge if we separate from the group.
Okay,
we need to know who that is.
It'll be one of our knights then.
Yeah, the older one, right?
Neal or Vash.
Okay, gotcha. Since we're managing so many people, the clear chain of command is going to be really important. Otherwise, things could get really clusterfucky really quickly. We also need to have like think like simple AI. We need to have like what is the priority on every mission? Like if we have to choose between like one of us dying versus getting some treasure versus like saving food, like what do you think our like general priority is that we tell everybody?
Depends on. I think we don't risk lives for items unless it's the ion stones.
Okay.
I think us 3 understand that we can risk lives for items, but we're not going to let the lower ranks know that.
Make that call, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be us.
Has to be a case-by-case basis, I guess. But if it's just like a perspective, like, oh, should we search this place, but it's extremely dangerous, like, you know, maybe just don't do it.
Okay. And then in terms of payment, so were we splitting the items 50-50, half us and half the wayfarers? Or how did we decide we were going to do
wayfarers.
Or not? Whatever the frost guys are.
The frost ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah, your one guide gets an equal split to the 3 of you, so he gets 25% of the loot. You said you specifically wanted the ion stones, and so after that, I think you'll take turns picking from the loot pile.
I believe it's 2 guides, Koibu, and 1 dog tamer, or is it 1 guide and 1 dog tamer? It was something like that. I know that we had more than 1, but the loot split was still 25. You can correct me if I'm...
Yeah, I don't remember if it was going to be 2 Frost Ranger. I think it was going to be 1 Frost Ranger and then like 1
1 Frost
sled
Ranger
dog
and 2 sled dogs. I think
2 sled dogs
because we
that
take 3
sounds
sled
right.
dogs. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And you didn't want to
get
split any more
25%.
loot, so it's just the 1 Frost Ranger. Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay, and then to be ultra clear, where no one can hear us, we're in a silver-lined cargo content, whatever. We don't have plans. We're not planning to like backstab or kill the Frost Ranger. I heard some joking about that. That's not like on the books or anything, right?
Absolutely not. We wouldn't be here without them.
Okay.
We'd be lost and dead within the wilderness within days.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Okay, I think that should be everything then. Are our people happy just coming along with us, or are they going to demand magical items, or...?
They will expect compensation, but it's going to be up to you to decide what to give them.
Let's see how it goes
maybe
first.
Give them magic.
Okay, all right.
You know, if we find a shitload of stuff, then we can give them magic. Otherwise,
Cool.
we can just pay them.
Okay.
They don't work for free, but you know, you can decide.
Okay.
Aboard the ship, you sail north. For day after day, the weather turns colder, the seas turn darker, the winds pick up and die down, clouds circle overhead. After many days at sea, land comes into view. You can see tall mountain ranges covered with snow, with dark churning clouds above them. As a town inside a small, like Half Moon Bay style situation comes into view, your Frost Ranger guide tells you that this is the town at which they dock and explore from. This is the place that we will start our journey.
Is the town dangerous, or is it relatively safe?
There is no safe place on Glacia.
Understood. Oh, wait, Neal, as we're approaching, right, I want to get out my, 50 light stones on the deck of the ship. I want to try to estimate where the anti-magic zone begins by having enough light stones so that if it's random chance, one probably goes off pretty quickly.
Also, tell me if my crown goes away. I think that's going to be pretty important going forward.
Oh, yeah. You can have a mental breakdown.
Yeah, Anton's going to figure it out.
Oh, shit. I also had a question about magic light. How does a magic lantern work? Does it create a magical fire, or does it just emit magic light?
It emits magic light.
Okay.
There's no magic fire part of a magic lantern.
If you have a magic candle that you snap on, and it's a magic candle, and the fire's on and it burns forever, if a darkness stone comes out, does the fire still light the room, or does the darkness stone put out the fire because is it considered magical or non-magical? How does that work?
Just block the lights, the fire would still be there,
candle produces normal, non-magical light.
Okay.
Because it's just a regular flame, but it is ever burning on a candle that can be turned on and off.
So that fire doesn't count as magical light. Okay, just checking. Okay, cool. All right.
So, Nick, you step out. You see the island approaching, or you see this town approaching, and you pull out your light stones. And as you pull them out and set them down on the deck, they slosh back and forth as the ship moves side to side. But many of the stones are already out. Many of the stones do not light.
I did kind of want to have this.
So, Nick, you step out. You see the island approaching, or you see this town approaching, and you pull out your light stones. And as you pull them out and set them down on the deck, they slosh back and forth as the ship moves side to side. But many of the stones are already out. Many of the stones do not light.
I did kind of want to have this going as we approached, but if you want to say I'd forgotten somehow, it's okay.
No, you say as you approach, but the stones.
The point is
can't
to try
just
and
fit in
work
one
out
spot.
where the area starts. Mm-hmm. So as soon as we were even within a day of it, I'd have got them out, and then.
Well, you don't know if you're a day. The only time you know how close you are is when the things come into view. When you can see the mountains, you're like, now we're this close. Otherwise, you're just at sea. There's no GPS to be like, well, I can't see it yet, but there's always is it another day? Is it another 3 days? We'll just have to wait and see. So as soon as the mountains come into view, you pull out the light stones, and some of them are flickered out.
Okay, well, I guess I'll try and observe the percentage. Yeah, so the percentage grows as we get closer.
Yes, as you get to within hours from the dock, about 25% of your light stones are out.
I'm going to attempt to
constantly out? Yeah, okay, you do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes they come back on and other ones go out, and it's on average 25% of them out, or are they flickering off and staying off?
So I get the impression that you're in a room with all these stones and in a grid, or in a box where you can keep an observational eye on them. So you're not with the rest of the crew, you're squirreled away below. And how are you you said you have a lot of light stones. How are you judging which ones come on and off? Are you just staring at them all? Are you segregating them somehow? Talk me through your magical process.
That is a good point. I guess I take them into another room, one by one or something like that, or put them into another box one by one where I can observe them separate from the other light stones.
Oh, that's true, because you can't even tell which light stones are failing.
Yeah. So I'd have to pull them out one by one and check them.
Yeah.
Separate them into working and non-working or something like that.
And then constantly keep
have the non-working ones in a room and have the working ones in a room, and then if the non-working room ever lights up, I find the one that's not working and find the one that started working. You know what I mean?
Is this
a bit awkward
to figure out right now?
Well, it's turning into more complicated than I thought, but I'm just doing it while I'm on the ship. It doesn't really take any time in game.
No, in game, sure.
Some of them will flicker back on, but most of them once unworking just stay unworking. MrMouton,
I attempt to cast
as the island comes into view, your crown fails immediately.
How does Anton feel?
Cool.
Probably just feels like a fucking dummy again.
What's wisdom, not intelligence, right?
Yeah, I guess.
It feels
I don't know
sort
what
of
that
like
would be,
you've gone from being sober to being a little bit drunk. The clarity and peace of mind and being able to organize things sort of fades a little bit. There's just a tiny bit of brain fog, just you have to think for a few more moments and like intentionally clear your head to make sense of something, and you find yourself like maybe just a little bit more forgetful and a little less present in the moment and aware of what's happening around you. There's just that slight intoxication.
Attempt to use my amulet and put a weapon in. Does it work? Because I think we agreed that amulets were like artifacts.
Yeah,
So-
the amulet seems to function just fine.
Okay. And I guess we'll just keep going until we get there.
Yeah. My ethereal quiver, is that working?
You go to draw an arrow from your ethereal quiver, and it's there. It works just fine.
Oh, we don't have any bags of holding on this trip, right?
No, we didn't bring bags of holding.
Specifically didn't bring them with
Because
you,
we know that we can't, yeah. Gotcha.
Cool.
What are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just setting up my things over here. Excellent. There are 2 docks before you that stick out from this city, and a frozen river runs between them, bisecting the town. From your position on the boat, you can see a large stone wall, still intact, encompasses the town in a circular fashion, ending at this like Half Moon Bay port, with the dock coming out of the left side on the left side of the river, and a dock coming out of the right side of the river. The dock next to the left side has many sunken ships nearby that make it ineffective and not very useful for docking next to. The dock on the right side has a couple of ships as well that are sunken or frozen in place, but still an open spot where your ship can pull on alongside. The sea captain, who has done this journey before, gently pulls the ship up against the dock, and quickly the Frost Rangers, your crew members, the campaign party members, the dog wranglers begin to pull off gear. They pull the dogs off first, then the sleds, and then box by box, crate by crate, the goods are taken off and moved down the stone dock into the town.
Yeah.
Everything here is frozen. A layer of snow covers the rooftops and the ground. You can see that some of the buildings are slightly submerged because the snow in the streets is so high and so well packed. The dogs bark in the distance as they get moved into a more open area. Walls are made of stone. Roofs are made of some sort of tile. It doesn't look like a clay tile, but it looks more metallic, but if you like tap them, they're definitely not metal. It's some sort of like slate gray something, maybe like a hematite stone.
Oh, of course.
Hard to tell.
Hematite, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Bit
the
by bit.
architecture significantly different to anything that we would get at home?
It is stylistically different, but not structurally different.
Yeah.
I'll ask one of the Frost Rangers as we disembark and we're moving the supplies up and down the stone walkway. Why are so many ships destroyed right here in the docks?
The ranger will point out one that's sitting right next to the ship that you all have gotten off of. I was on that ship when it sank, or right after it sank. We brought it up to the dock, unloaded our gear. Something came from the water, snapped at the bottom of the ship, broke the planks, dragged it down somewhat before it stopped at that point. We never did figure out what it was, but the sea here is shallow enough that it didn't sink further than this, and then it just froze in place. The other
Did you
one,
get home?
blind luck. Another group was coming. We stayed here on the docks for a week and a half, and then another party arrived. We took their ship home, and they went on their own expedition.
I hope you're still as lucky now as you were then.
The other ships were here before I came. I assume some of them are ancient, and some of them suffered fates like my last one.
I nod. Can I take out my compass? Is it spinning like a meme, or is it actually working?
No, it works fine. It points north.
Okay. I'll tap my hammer and my sword, and I'll ask, have either of you ever been this far north? The sword will say,
I cannot be sure. Sometimes there is drift in space. I can't remember ever being in a place like this or a place this far north. But temporal displacement is a function, and I feel uneasy here.
Why not?
Something reminds me of an old memory that I cannot quite place.
Well, hopefully no rust monsters here at least. Alright, and then I just continue moving stuff.
The walls of this town, are they incredibly well built, or is it weird the fact that they're still intact after all of this time?
I don't know. They're thick stone, and it's a cold area. So
What about the rest of the town? Is it still well maintained or not?
I wouldn't call it maintained. There's definitely areas of where things have broken or fallen apart, but it does seem like a place preserved in time. Nice, good stone walls that are well built will last a long time. Colosseum is still mostly standing,
As everyone's pulling the goods off the ship, Imric will probably just go into a few houses and look around. Is there any bodies in there?
No, there's no bodies in these places. Some snow comes in through the doorways. Some of the rooms you can find are still sort of empty. Some have broken windows that has allowed snow or ice to come on in. The whole area has been clearly picked over already. Anything that could have been of use, anything that could have been firewood, anything that might have been living or dead is all moved out. It is empty and eerie.
Are there any dragons nearby?
I'll tap the hammer. I touched them both earlier, so I'd assume he would have said something if there was, but I'll tap the hammer and I'll ask. Crawford, any dragons nearby?
I cannot feel them, no.
Okay, I nod. Something that will work out, so I'll have said this when Imric goes off to investigate. Every time you go somewhere, make sure that you take your party with you. Don't travel alone, even into a simple house. For all we know, this will toss you into another dimension. Number one.
All right.
Number two, in case we ever split up, can we all whistle with our fingers? Is that or do we need a bell or a whistle?
I think we brought whistles, right?
You have brought whistles. That makes sense.
Yeah.
For a simple thing, can we say one whistle is I found something of interest. 2 whistles is there's danger, I need help, so that we all know if we get split up, how to find people or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 whistles for White Walkers.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. After everything is unloaded and everyone comes into the area just at the base of the docks for grouping and staging, the Frost Ranger takes a quick head count. Everyone is present. And everyone begins to sort of fan out a little bit and just take a look around, keeping in groups to make sure that nothing is unusual, when you hear a single whistle blow coming from the distance, coming from north along the edge of the frozen river.
Where no party should be.
Groups are moving about in conjunction just to kind of give a lay of the land and make sure that there's nothing hiding around a corner or anything. And so you hear the single whistle blow, and then nice long pause, and then another single whistle blow coming from the north along the edge of the river.
I look to one of the Frost Rangers quickly and I say, do you ever find monsters that plant devious traps or impersonate people or anything out here like that?
There's a slow nod from the Frost Ranger. I don't know if devious trap is the right word, but unexpected things abound. Things that don't make sense. Things that are... things that can be confusing.
I nod.
Well,
my biggest concern is...
We can't ignore it.
Yeah, of course. We'll go. My biggest concern is it banshees that pop up from the snow and petrify people? Do we have to worry about that here?
We've been through those before, yeah.
Do you have a way to
We haven't seen
undo
that
that?
before.
Or?
That's
I look to Anton.
not in this campaign, at least.
I don't think that was this campaign. But
No.
I'm sure we'd be worried of banshees, so... I don't know, if someone died out here and their soul's twisted enough, maybe.
There are ghosts, apparitions, phantasms that appear from time to time. Remnants of lost souls from long ago. Some of them are violent. Some of them are... They jabber at you. Others seem to not see you and go about the aspects of their daily life.
We're going to be heading towards the whistle, I think.
Yeah. I'll say to that, if the gods aren't here, then what's to keep the undead at bay? It's no surprise they show their face.
Okay. I'll
keep the undead at bay.
I'll lead this. On my character sheet, I'm going to be wearing my Ring of Reaction and my Ring of Petrification Resistance. I'll swap those out now, and then I'll begin walking north.
I'm doing +2 in free action ring.
Okay. You head north, and you find Hans and Vega standing over a body. The body is curled in like the fetal position, but sitting down, so knees pulled against the chest, arms wrapped around the knees, cloak pulled over them all, long hair falling over the body to help insulate it, but it's clearly frozen solid.
I'll reach down and I'll start to, I guess, jostle it, make sure it's dead, obviously.
Yeah, it's dead, but immediately you recognize Teresa, the cleric in your party.
Wait. Like the dead person?
But she's not.
Yeah.
Is she near us or no?
You look around and Teresa is walking with Jack towards you.
Fuck is that?
I shake my head and I look to Anton or Emmerich. Any explanation for this?
I shrug. Whatever it is, I don't think we should disturb it.
Wait, what if this is Teresa and that isn't?
Teresa and Jack will be here in about 45 seconds if you want to interrupt them from seeing the body or not.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I'll place myself between them. Hold on. Teresa is... I'll look to Anton and I'll say, go ask her a few questions, just in case.
Ask her where we met for the first time.
Anton will walk over, stop, wave at Jack and Teresa.
What is it? What'd you find?
Teresa, do you remember the exact place that we met the first time?
Yeah, we almost killed you in the Tomb of the Dwarven Lords.
I nod and I'll tell them to come take him over.
What's the problem, boy? Says Jack.
You'll see soon enough, Jack.
Yeah, they approach and see her there. She looks confused and then aghast and horrified. What's this? Anton?
We don't know. Is it wearing her clothes? Does it have her gear?
Doesn't have any of her gear, but has all of her clothes.
So no weapon.
We need to we need to group up, and we need to create
weapons, no rings, actually no boots. The pants, the shirt, the cloak are there, but the feet are bare.
We need to group up as a whole group, and we need to make a code word now. That I can say to somebody and they can respond, and we know that they're one of us, quote unquote.
Okay. Yeah. So what's the code word answer? We did say Balthara. That's easy to guess.
Where does the narwhal bacon? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say something about our queen's name. We'll say Drekus, and then they'll say, what's the queen's name? Valeria.
Valeria. Yeah.
Okay, then does that work?
I guess so. I didn't have you down as such a royalist, but
Did you say Valeria? Drekus Valeria?
The first party says Drekus, and then the second one says Valoria.
Yeah.
In response.
That works. Okay.
No, wait, I shake my head. The first word should be Magari, and the follow-up should be the Dragon Slayers. I like that better.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
What is the significance of... So, we have a body, it has clothes on, but suspiciously and, uniquely no boots. Why? What does that mean? Is there some type of zombie that walks without boots? Is there some type of monster that can only imitate from the ankle-up clothing, or what does this mean?
I asked the guys who have been here multiple times.
Yeah.
Do they have any ideas?
Maybe it's...
Frost Ranger shakes his head. The dog drivers shake their heads.
Maybe it's been here for a while and something took them.
Well,
I
mean,
doesn't really
the
make
issue
sense,
is that it looks like Teresa.
Well, I understand that. Maybe it doesn't look like Teresa. Maybe we're just seeing it like that. I attempt to disbelieve the illusion.
Yeah.
Sorry. I have a...
What check is it, Neal?
A trigger.
I
Flashback.
roll these things in secret.
Okay, go ahead. I disbelieve.
It's still pretty solidly there.
Can I take
Hans will speak up and say, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but we should hack into it, see if it's frozen all the way through. That way we'll have an idea of how long it's been here.
I don't think we should disturb it.
Well...
Really?
I don't think we should just leave it behind us, no?
Let me put an arrow in its head.
It is.
As Anton's saying this, I'll draw an arrow from
No.
I know! I'm not firing it. I'm just holding the shot.
Just in case, I'll draw my sword. Can I, like, slit the arm and see if Teresa's harmed? In case there's some type of voodoo or something? I don't know if that's even a thing in this world.
It's a good idea to check. You cut into the arm a little bit, and Teresa seems fine. But the arm is like good and solidly frozen. It takes a little bit of like pressure and sawing to get through the flesh, which is clearly like crystallized at this point.
Do undead monsters have beating hearts?
No.
Okay. I don't know. I'll put my ear to the back of it and detect noise. Do I hear anything inside? I like them.
You hear nothing from within the creature.
I stand back.
I lose the shot.
Yeah.
Through the head.
Okay.
Does it go through, or is it too frozen?
It's pretty solid, but the arrow will stick into the skull and then sort of like twinkle out of existence.
Final thing, my hammer, it can detect evil? Craw for it? Does it feel anything as like evil here, or?
It does not.
Okay, I nod and I draw my sword. Shall I remove its head?
Yeah, dude, it's giving me the creeps.
Wait, says Teresa. Hold on.
I looked at Teresa.
Why could you possibly want this to be around?
Well, I don't feel comfortable with you hacking my corpse to bits.
Jack, I think you should take Teresa away. This is no judgment on you, Teresa. This is a strange situation. I think it's best you stay out of it.
Jack agrees with you. Lass, I know you're a cleric of healing, and Martha's a great deity and all, but she's not here to protect us. We'd best destroy this thing, least trouble come to us. And if, well, come on, lass, let's go. And he'll walk with her. Lord Khan and Pola will follow, and the wayfarers will go talk off to the side amongst themselves.
I will stand back, I will ready a blow, and I will swing and attempt to sever its head.
Yep. You can hack its head off. It eventually falls to the ground. You can roll dice if you want to see if you do it in one blow or two or three. But it is doable.
I do. What do I roll? Attack or damage? You just put damage?
Attack roll, see if you crit. And then, damage roll, see how high you can do. Yeah, you just 16 and 32, you rip its head off, no problem.
Cool.
It rolls to the side, frozen all the way through.
Okay.
We keep going. I guess we load up the dogs and we're gonna make our way.
Yeah. Get the sleds out into the open field and start loading them up, and then let's make a move out of this weird town.
At this point, your Frost Ranger will tell you there are 3 exits to the city. There's one on this side, and then there are 2 on the other side of the river.
There's one
Which
on
is
this
the
side and
least
2
explored.
The least explored would be the northwest exit.
Why is it explored least? Just by chance? Or
Their mountain range is to the north and to the east, north and to the west. There's a pass between them that heads deeper inland, but it's not well explored. There's a dark forest there. I don't know why it isn't explored, but no one has come back with reports of it.
My worry is if we take the well-explored path, we'll have to travel for much longer before we find areas untouched by your brethren.
That is true, although they said that the deeper we go, though, the more likely there is to be great treasure, no?
Yeah. What was the name that we were given from Velthara for me sacrificing?
Saladin Keep.
Saladin Keep?
Yeah. On that note, Neal, is there any signs by the gates out of the city?
You'll have to go to them.
Yeah.
So,
we go to the closest gate. Yeah.
Yeah, the one over here on this side of the river. You can walk to the gate with the rest of the crew, the sled dogs coming behind you, and emblazoned in the very ground itself, the stonework here not covered by snow, are letters. They don't make any sense. but they spell out, if you were to pronounce it, something like Felos Magnar, Felos space Magnar, just like carved into the ground itself.
And
Your frost ranger friend will say, we see this word. We don't know what it means. It could be a direction. It could be a welcome. It could be where this road goes. Could be anything.
I crouch down next to it. My glasses, do they translate it?
No, it just says.
I want to just I pull out a scroll, a higher level scroll than I usually would be able to cast and look at it and see if the glasses are working.
The glasses don't necessarily change the letters on the scroll to make it more legible, but it does allow you to effectively cast it as if whatever.
Okay.
Like there's no
Does he
translation.
feel like he
effect.
can read the scroll?
He can always read, like the scroll is in the language of magic, and you can always pronounce the words, but getting the inflections exactly right and everything is difficult, and the glasses sort of magically help you.
We don't have anything written in Mistrain, do we?
Can I just? I'll take out a quill or something and write. Can I just write a note or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. You can look away, and then look at it with the glasses, and it'll translate to Drekisian for you. No problem.
The glasses are working, but it just won't. So it must be the name of a place then, perhaps, as opposed to a word like welcome.
Yeah.
Let's try through the gates.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You come to the bridge that crosses the frozen river. And it's big. The river is long, or wide. It's about like 100 feet across. And this bridge is about 100 feet long and only about 10 feet wide. It seems to be the only bridge in the river, and it seems unnatural, like uselessly narrow for a major port town to only have one bridge crossing a river and having that bridge only be 10 feet wide. That means you can only drive one wagon across the bridge in either direction at a time. Who's the first to step on the bridge? We should probably always decide who goes ahead of the party.
Right
So who
now,
wants
it's
to be the one
probably
to
either
cross?
Anton or Tyrael.
Yeah.
I'll always step first since I got the petrification ring on.
Okay.
Yeah, you step on the bridge, and even though the river's 100 feet wide, and the bridge is 100 feet wide, you find yourself halfway across the bridge after only a few paces. Those of you standing on the shore watching, or walking behind him, will see him take a few steps and be halfway across.
But is he taking
as we
very long
move-
steps or what?
No, he's just taking normal steps. It's sort of paradoxical. It doesn't really make sense. He seems to be covering more distance in the same amount of space than he normally would. It's sort of... I'm trying to describe to you something that cannot actually happen in the real world. So Okay. Yeah. And as you move to the side of the bridge, Tyrael, in probably a little bit of confusion, you'll find that even though the bridge is only 10 feet wide, you have about 30 feet of space to cross the bridge side to side.
I nod. Okay.
No. Now that you're unintentionally halfway across, do you finish crossing?
I may as well.
I mean, Anton will come after him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyrael will be ahead.
You catch up
but-
practically instantly, Anton. And you will cross to the other side of the bridge fairly easily with no ill effects.
Okay, are we here? Are we here to cross to continue on in this endeavor, or are we here looking for signage?
We're checking the gates. We're going to check the other two gates on this side of the river.
What are we checking them for?
Just see if there's any
Words.
signs. Because if there is a sign saying solid and keep, it'd be pretty stupid if we missed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we needed to go to there because the
That's where
That's
the
where
Ironstones are.
Valthara told us the Ironstones were.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so
Wait, did
once
we-
we get to the side,
Did we utter that
across.
name to the Frost Rangers to see if they were familiar with any signage
They
about
have
that?
no idea.
They had no idea. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they don't know. Are you two okay? I shout across the river.
Yeah, it seems fine. Let us cross first, then send two at a time.
Okay. So once you
So
get
me and
across,
Tyrael
I'll
will
go.
continue.
Yeah.
We'll cross
Go
the
over
way.
2 by 2.
It is an easy thing to cross the river. There's no ill effects, but the bridge does bend space in a weird way, so that it's only 30 feet long and 30 feet wide instead of 100 feet long and 10 feet wide.
Okay.
Cool.
But yeah, eventually the 4 of you cross. I assume everyone crosses over eventually.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole party comes across, no problem. You go to check the other 2 gates, and they are, covered in snow. It'll take you a little while to dig around in the weather here, or dig around in the ground. The southwest exit says... Why can I not... says Kodia, Kodia. And again, your glasses do not change it. And the northwest exit, after digging through the snow, will say the word Saladin carved in great stone letters.
Well,
That's what we want.
there we go.
We're going that way, boys.
Yep.
That was easier than expected.
There's
By
not
now-
there's not like a number or anything next to it, right?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay.
I say to the Frost Ranger, had you not seen this sign before? We asked you about Saladin Keep. You said you'd never heard of it.
I've never come this way before. I've always headed out to the east. West is, I don't know. I haven't been this way.
Well, this is a good start.
By now, the sun is beginning to set. You didn't arrive at the start of the day, and it took a while to unload the ship and move around to get your bearings in this frozen town. The ranger will direct you to a large building that has an underground component to it where he and his other companions have rested when they've had to hang out in town. It's not any warmer down there, but it is free from wind and snow that will blow.
Okay. Is it big enough to fit all of us?
Yes, the dogs and the sleds will have to stay upstairs, the sleds and gear outside, the dogs probably up in the area above, unless you want to get like super cozy with some canines.
We want like 4 people probably going on watch and watching these things to wake everybody else. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Cool.
All right. In the morning, I want to try and cast some spells that like a stone skin.
Not
at
quite
least
there yet.
Yeah, I don't know if we make it through the night yet.
I was more like just telling you two that I'll try. I'm not going to be able to cast spells during the day, but in the mornings I can.
As you all come down into the bottom of this building, there is an apparition down there. It is the phantasmal image of a heavy-set woman with a large apron who seems to be holding a mug in one hand and leaning over and fiddling with something that does not exist, and holding the mug out before her. After a few moments, she picks it up and takes a sip from the mug, and giving a large sigh of relief.
Anton will do like a courteous bow.
You bow at the person.
Yeah.
She looks up at you. This bow sort of catches her attention, and she walks over to you and says something to you in a language you don't understand. Might as well be Finnish for all we know. Just jabbers at you a little.
What's the body language like?
At first, when she was, pouring herself a drink from something, it seemed tense and then relaxed. And now that she sees Anton, it's a little bit more worried. Her brow furrows, her voice rises in pitch. The tone becomes concerned.
Anton will like point at his ears, and then he'll like nod, like shake his head.
She reaches out a hand for you and taps your amulet that you hang around your neck. And she taps it over and over again, although you don't quite feel the force of her finger.
Anton will nod at her.
She doesn't stop.
Damn.
I look to the Frost
getting kind of
Rangers.
annoying.
Do they have any experience with this? Have you seen anything like this before?
Yeah, there are specters from time to time. This one doesn't seem violent. That's nice.
I shrug and I look to Anton. Guess she likes your amulet.
Not annoying
huh?
me. Yeah, I don't care.
No women all your life, Anton, and then as soon as you get married, can't fight them off.
Unlucky. Hopefully Alex doesn't mind. Anton will kind of like push the specter back respectfully.
Your hands go right through her. She doesn't seem to stop. She continues to jabber at you, growing more desperate and worried with her each vocal remark. The Frost Ranger with you says, I don't know if this is the right thing to do or not, but they are killable. And he begins to loosen his sword when Teresa cries out, you can't just... It's a spirit. You don't know what damage they'll be doing to her.
She's causing me no harm. Obviously, she's frightened. She doesn't know where she is. I don't want to kill any spirits or anything like that. Just leave her be. I'm not annoyed with it.
Let's just try and rest.
The group shuffles down. The ghost remains, following Anton everywhere he goes, clipping through other people as if they're not there, badgering at him, pulling at him as best as she can, even though she can't actually touch you.
Is she still fascinated with the amulet, or just with Anton?
She returns to the amulet from time to time again, but she seems to be pleading with Anton for something. And her whines and kind of desperate cries slowly grow in volume until they're like, mild shrieks and slight wails.
I guess as we're like sitting there for the evening, I'll say to Anton, perhaps the Spectre wants vengeance, Anton.
That is my guess, or perhaps the Spectre is pleading with Velthara to stop the vengeance. Keep in mind, when I talked to Velthara, she said that there's much vengeance already happening here, and she will not put an end to it. I think this is her work. Anton will try and cast tongues.
Can't cast it, right?
Well, I'm saying.
Oh, you might be able to cast your spells that you already had memorized, I don't know.
It fails immediately.
Okay.
You say the words, you go through the motions, and you don't even feel magic coursing through you. You feel like a street magician who's faking it all in the process.
Interesting.
I do have a scroll of tongues, but I don't think now's the time to use it.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Montem speaks up and says, I hate to be a bother, but there's no way any of us are going to get rest with this relentless woman wailing at us all night.
Anton will do turn undead.
Again, nothing comes from you. Your divine magic is just empty.
Range.
I'll look to the Spectre and I'll draw my sword. It is a magical sword. Well, hopefully. And I'll shout out to the Spectre. I'll just say leave and be gone, and I'll wave at it with my sword, try to wave it off.
It's like she doesn't even see you. She has no concept that you're here. And Teresa will get up and come before you and say, you can't just start killing these things. This person could be locked in time. She might not be a ghost.
I look to Teresa and I say,
answer.
What alternative do you suggest then? We're not going to sleep with us down here.
Anton, maybe you should sleep in another room. At least then the rest of us can rest.
No, I shake my head. We're not sending him off to another room. We'll slay the Spectre.
No, Tyrell, I don't think we should just randomly kill things here. We're here for items. She's not bothering me. Just leave her be. It's fine. She can't do anything.
Where are you going to sleep?
Well, let me see. I casted Iron Vigil, obviously, before we got here. And it allows me not to sleep, eat, or drink, or whatever. For fucking 1 week plus 1 day per level.
You can just go and watch them.
Yeah, everyone else is cold and tired, and you find yourself just cold. You don't seem exhausted. You feel like you could stay up all night.
I'll explain to them that I have Iron Vigil on me for a week and 9 days, so 2 weeks and 2 days or whatever. And I don't need to sleep. I can stay on watch. I'll deal with the Spectre. It's not a big deal.
Okay, all 9. I'll say you can.
Stay vigilant.
If anything happens, I'll handle it.
As we walk back downstairs from Anton, I'll say to Tyrell, there's a good chance his crown that we got underwater has stopped working. Tyrell, we should keep an eye on his well-being.
Yeah, I nod. You should be keeping an eye on all 3 of us. Who knows what's going to go on out here?
Yeah. Well, let's start with a good night's sleep. At least we know the way.
I know.
Anton, while they're sleeping or whatever, he'll be upstairs with the spirit and he'll just say prayers for her, I guess. He'll do like a small ceremony. I don't know.
You can say your prayers. The shrieky, the desperate cries of the woman in the apron grow and grow. Her face quivers. The blubber down her arms shakes as she tries to grab you and jostle you. Yes, it's getting louder. It's getting more desperate. It's growing a hint of what did you call that? anguish, you know,
Anton
unrelenting
is,
suffering.
Okay, everybody's downstairs. We know that the Teresa cleric is going to have a big problem if we slay the specter in front of her. So Anton's going to kill the specter, and the Teresa cleric won't know. The specter will have went away when I said some prayers. So here's the attack roll. 27.
Yeah. Your spear goes right through the specter, and it just evaporates and is gone.
Cool.
And you are left in quiet. Are you taking watch with anyone else, or is it just you on watch tonight?
I will want watch with 3 others. I think
Okay,
4
so the
people
other
to watch
will-
when we have such a big party, or 2 or 3.
Other people will rotate through then. Excellent. And I'm just going to assume we're not going to have the sled drivers on watch because they're not warriors of any kind, and they're
Correct.
probably not. Okay, we'll just rotate through.
On watch when I killed the specter, it would have been me and Brain Gang.
Okay. That night, the weather takes a foul turn, and it doesn't begin to rain, but it does begin to hail. And at first, the hail pellets are small, and they grow in size throughout the night. Now, everyone else is underground in a nice, cozy chamber, you know, warmed by everyone's own body heat and whatever little fire you might have built. So they're sort of oblivious to the sounds of the hail smashing against tiles and against stones, but you can hear it, and it grows in volume. You look outside through one of these open doorways, and if you were out there in that hailstorm, it would be brutal conditions. It's not the sort of conditions on which one can normally travel or walk.
Our gear's safe, though?
Yeah, you've got some big barrels on crates and tarp covering them all. Unless the hailstones get like ridiculously out of hand, they shouldn't break a barrel.
Okay. Not worried about it then.
Yeah. And why don't we take our first break right here as everyone settles in to sleep for the night?
All right. We'll be back.
Hello,
here.
everybody, and welcome back. We're going to do something a little bit strange right here. I want to have a quick one-on-one with some of you. So would Imric and Anton take off your headphones for a little bit?
Yeah, go the fuck away. Time to really get this shit rolling, okay? I kill them both, Koibu. PvP.
Great. You read my mind. No, you go to sleep. Or at least it feels like sleep.
Okay. I'm not supposed to have any music, right?
Find your... Oh, I'm bringing it in. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
You find yourself in an unusual situation. You find yourself sort of drifting through like a void until a familiar sight comes into view in the distance. It is the castle at Wicthron Rorenta. And you find yourself sort of like you might in a dream, appearing within the halls of the castle and walking down one of these long halls until you come to an open doorway where you can see the queen, your aunt, having court with people. Here are a couple of her bodyguards. The High Cleric of Wicthron Rorenta is here. Arc Somber is here. Notably, Clurtus is gone. There are a couple of other advisors who you remember that last time you spoke with them, where there are all those like high-level generals and officers. A few of them are scattered about, even some faces you recognize personally. And there is a conversation happening in the room. Specifically, there is a report being delivered by one of these higher-level officers that Scoria has been slain. The beast has finally been laid low. There's room for our soldiers to march unstopped all the way through Mystria. We can finally consolidate power on this continent. All that stands left are the Jakubans, and the civil war has left them desperate. They should be no problem at all once we finish our conquest of Eridon and Mystria. There's a round of applause that goes about. Arc Somber says, I saw much from the final battle. The volcano seemed to shift, or the lair of Scoria seemed to shift, and smoke seemed to rise from it as if from a volcano. A whole flock of creatures flew out the very top and vanished into the air. If the general is to be believed, I mean, I should say that I believe the general. I think Scoria is finally dead. Your nephews should be here soon. They teleport usually to the mountain and then another day back to town. And then there's a bit of silence. And the High Cleric says, "Well, Your Majesty, what's next?" And the Queen, looking out over her council, looks directly at one of the other generals here. "I believe the useful idiots have played their final cards and are done. I don't think we have any more use for them. Would you please take them to the Royal Hot Springs? Tell them I will be meeting them there. And when they arrive, and their gear is taken off, and they are vulnerable in the water, make swift work of them. We'll reappropriate their equipment, send it off to the people that are needed, and we can do away with these useful but annoying fools once and for all. No questions about what happens next. Are we all agreed?" And she looks from person to person. You can see Arc Somber shifting uncomfortably and saying, I know this is something we had talked about a long time ago, but I can't help but feel they've been of such use it would be a shame to discard them at this moment." And the Queen says, "Arc Somber, you should know by now, they are capable of great harm, and you, like I, have seen into their hearts. Anton in particular is a dangerous man. Any one of these could overthrow this kingdom, send everything that we've worked for into ruin. They are too great of a risk to keep alive. We should get rid of them. I know it doesn't seem kind, and it doesn't seem fair, and they are my kin, but they are a danger to everyone. It's best to break up that amount of power. It shouldn't be in the hands of such uneasy-headed folks." Arc Somber bobs her head. I know. It's just, I've grown fond of them. Nimric and I, in particular, have become quite friendly. The Queen just sort of watches Arc Somber for a minute or two. And after a little while, Arc Somber begins to shift slightly and bows her head and says, "But of course, if you say that's what we must do, then that's what we must do." The Queen dismisses everyone. They leave. Her bodyguards stay behind. She goes over to one of them and says, I want you to keep a closer eye on Arc Somber. Make sure that her apprentice is still keeping an eye for us. And if there is any news that she might be shifting in her persuasions, tell me as quickly as possible." And then she and the other bodyguard exit the room, leaving you not seen, not heard, but here.
Am I able to walk around? Can I follow the Queen out of the room, or?
Yeah. She walks with her guards, two behind her, two in front of her. They head back to her personal chambers where two walk in with her. One of them sort of walks around the room, makes sure no one's in here. The other two stand outside. One of them goes to the window. One of them stands on the inside of the door. The Queen moves behind a screen and begins to change clothes out of her meeting garments into casual evening wear for hanging out as the sun goes down out the windows.
Is there, we've had a lot of things where people are scrying on us and other magical observations. Do I feel any type of magical eyes on me or anything like that?
No, you don't.
I nod.
Everything
Does this feel
fine and ordinary.
More real than most dreams would feel? Is this a pretty exceptional dream?
Yeah, you're hearing direct conversation. Mm-hmm. Aside from the approach to the castle where there was misty voids and then you're sort of in the castle. Aside from that, this feels more like scrying than it does dreaming.
I speak into the air. Is somebody showing me this?
There comes no reply.
Why not? Okay.
And as you feel sort of done with it, it just fades away from you, and you return to restful sleep.
Okay.
And now we'll bring in Nick.
So, I mean, am I leaving?
Yeah, you're leaving. Get out of here. Nick, hello.
Hello.
You're muted. Perfect. Your night goes sort of peacefully and without problem.
Great.
But when you wake up in the morning, you find that the chamber that you're in down here is sort of empty. Like your other party members aren't around, and there is a note sort of sitting on the staircase leading up out of this basement area.
Is there signs that they were here, like their sleeping bags, bits of food?
No, their gear is gone.
Like they cleaned up, or like they were never here? Hard to tell.
Like they cleaned up. Like you can see footprints and the ground has been disturbed.
All right. I mean, I walk up to the... I guess I go upstairs to see what's going on and then see the note, so I will read it.
It says, "Brother, without your magic, we have no use for you. We're going on without you. Please keep an eye and make sure that the town is safe for our return."
Do I feel like I've overslept, or...?
Not really. It should strike you as a little bit odd that everyone managed to get up and leave without you noticing.
Okay, I mean, I'm very obviously highly suspicious of this. Not trying to metagame. I mean, it's very suspicious. So I guess I will pick up the note, and I will like take the glasses off and take another look at them. It still says the same thing, right?
Yep.
Okay, I put the glasses back on. I'll pocket the note.
Yeah, as you can pocket your note, you notice that your weapons aren't here. You don't sleep in your sword belt or anything like that. And as you look around, your glasses were on your body, but your weapons are not on your body.
Is my armor gone?
Your armor is not on your body. No, it's just you and your clothes.
No backpack either.
Nope. They took everything.
Okay, I mean, I go upstairs.
And your sleeping bag, yeah. All right. You head upstairs. It's empty. The dogs are gone. There's tracks in the snow where the sleighs have been taken, and they like head off in that direction.
How strange. I think I will think maybe I'm dreaming. I'll try and like pinch myself awake.
No, you just pinch yourself and it hurts. I mean, not that much. Like, it's cold, so your skin's kind of numb. So it's that, like, I can feel myself pinching, but, like, you know, all your senses are slightly dulled.
What about, like, my side, like, my dagger and stuff like that? Like, is that all gone as well?
Yeah, it's all gone. You wouldn't sleep with your dagger. Like, you'd take your belt off to sleep usually. It's pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah. So I've got no armor, no weapons. I will... Do I have a whistle hanging around my neck?
Nope. Just
I'll go out. I take a few steps out into the snow outside of the door of this house. It's freezing, right?
Mm-hmm. There's very clear tracks where the party has gone.
I mean, I call out, Tyrael! Anton! Into the blowing
give me a
winds.
perception check.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, you hear this like crunch, crunch, crunch in the snow.
I whip around to see where it's coming from.
Yeah, you can look around this building and see a very large, white-haired, ape-like creature with long fur coming off of the face, stalking towards you. Arms dangle past its knees. Its biceps are big around as your thighs. This massive Yeti-looking creature is coming towards you. Stomp, stomp, stomp.
Back into the house. I've got no weapons at all. I mean, if I look at my character sheet, is everything gone apart from my clothes?
You're just wearing your clothes. Yeah.
Yeah. I go back to the house and close the door. and start looking around for a weapon.
As we said before, these places are all pretty empty. There's nothing lying about here. The door is long gone by now. It doesn't exist anymore.
There's no door.
You can be inside the house, and the large, abominable snowman arrives at the door and squats down and peers inside to look at you.
Can I not grab a piece of wood or something?
What piece of wood?
I don't know, break something off a chair arm or something.
No. All the chairs have long ago been used for fuel or dragged away. It's empty and dirty inside here. There's snow. There might be some chunks of ice, some clumps of dirt, the stone walls themselves, but that's about it.
I say to the Yeti, I don't believe your tricks. Release your grasp on my mind.
And does not do anything. It leans, through the doorway. It's a big creature, it's 8 feet tall, and this is a normal-sized human doorway.
Yeah.
You expect the creature could probably squeeze through, but it would be vulnerable for a moment if it did so. And it too seems to be aware of the awkwardness of the situation. It gets down low and reaches a long arm in and starts to grab around for you.
I feel like it's watching me, it can see me.
Not when its head is beside the door, but it reaches in, and the room's big enough that you've got some room to move back.
Has this place got windows in it?
There are some small windows, yes.
Do I feel like I could get out and climb up the windows to the roof? Or...
Yeah, you could probably squeeze through a window.
Yeah, while it's not looking, I'm going to try and do that. I'm going to squeeze out the window and try and climb up on the roof quietly.
All right. You give me a dex check as you slip out through this window.
No problem. Absolutely, no problem at all.
Oh, yeah. It's hard to get out, and as you fall through the window, you land with a loud, through the snow, and then there is the sound of the creature as it barrels round the building. You pick yourself off, snow coming through your clothes as the Yeti moves to your side of the building. I'm going to need you to roll me initiative against this creature, which is clearly here to maul and kill you.
What's the, for attacking with fists? 2 or 3?
3.
Okay.
Where is...
Okay, maybe I'm running instead, actually. It's both 3. Yeah, I'm going to try and... If I beat the initiative, I want to run. If it gets me, I want to try and maybe fight.
Okay. It will roll...
Little bitch.
Ooh. +6 is a 6 and 2 is 7. No, 8. I can swear I can do math. And what did you roll here?
12.
A 12. Excellent. The Yeti goes first. It will reach out with one of its large hands for you. A modified 12. What is your AC without any armor, with just your clothes?
With just my clothes, my AC would be...
Is it just 10?
No, I've got 1 from Dex. What about my rings? Are they gone?
Your rings are gone.
Cloak of protection gone?
No, your cloak is on you.
Okay. What about my buckler shield?
No.
Okay, so 13 AC.
So the 12 is just barely a miss with the first claw attack, which reaches for you. The second one goes for a grab for a modified 20, natural 15, so no crit, and it will smash you with 3 points of damage. It lets out a ferocious roar.
Okay.
And it is your turn.
Alright. This fucking Yeti's about to get a lesson in humility. Can I get 2 attacks with my 2 hands?
It would be dual wielding, so take the normal dual wielding penalties, but yes.
-1 for high dex though, right? Or is it based on missile adjustments, or is it based on defense adjustment?
Missile adjustment.
Okay, so never mind. So it's -2 and -4. I'll just do the 1 attack. +9 for level. There's nothing else, is there? So I punch it in the face for an 11.
To hit, AC 14 on this creature.
Oh, no, so it's a miss then.
Yeah. Whoosh. Or it's more like you go to make a slam against it, and you impact it, but not appreciably damaging it. Do you have an offhand attack that you were going to do?
No, I didn't take the -2, so no.
Okay. Then we will roll initiative for the next round. I'm just adding the initiative options back into the character sheets. All right, our Yeti will roll with a 9, and you got a 6, so go ahead. You and the Yeti are like back against the edge of this building, the windows next to you, the roof slants up above you, the Yeti towers over you, open streets to behind the Yeti, another building to your right, a small alleyway behind you. Snow is whipping around all over the place.
Do I feel like I could disengage through the window or not?
If you take as an action, yes. You could probably do some sort of feint, try and provoke it in a different way, and then leap through the window. Again, it's going to require a dex check to get through gracefully.
That's what I do.
All right. Dex check it.
Dodging the Yeti and then leap through the window with a 26.
Easy peasy. You roll inside, clear and free of the monster. What are you going to do from the inside?
I don't know. I go back downstairs. I want to look around that room.
Yeah, you head back downstairs with the rest of your movement. You can hear the Yeti stomping round the outside of the building, heading back to the front door, and then the heaving, groaning cries of a large creature squeezing itself into a tight space.
Oh, shit. Is there any other rooms off this room?
The room upstairs is pretty much just one large empty room, and then there's a stairway that heads back through an abandoned doorway. There's no more door in it, and a staircase that comes down to what once was probably a cellar or a basement of some kind, and is now just an empty chamber.
And that's where I am.
And that's where you are, backed into a corner.
Okay. I guess there's no other way out of this room other than up the stairs, and the Yeti's already in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean...
All right. Initiative time.
I'm gonna wait for it to get down here, yeah.
Yeah. The Yeti's up there. He sees you down in the basement. And you get to go first.
Okay, this time I am gonna... hang on, let me look at my spell list. Okay, I'm not wearing armor. I had it learned from yesterday, and I haven't cast it. So as the Yeti comes down the stairs, I'm casting Magic Missile.
Excellent. You recite the words to the spell. Your hands move in the appropriate gestures. You draw the shapes in the space before you. You speak the words, and you find, just as your brothers had said, there is no magic left in you. The spell fizzles as you desperately try, and the Yeti comes marching down in your direction, swinging one fist at you with a 14 and the other with a 12.
14 hits.
Will strike you for 4 points of damage, and you stumble backwards as it has squeezed through the doorway and come down the stairs, putting itself between you and the staircase. It lets out a roar.
Okay. Initiative.
What are you gonna do?
Sometimes you just gotta beat the Yeti to death.
With your fists?
I mean, what choice do I have? There's nothing else here. I'm just gonna see how this round goes, okay?
All right. Well, you win initiative.
Yeah, I do both attacks this time, so first one's with a -2. At the 27.
You double critical the Yeti as it
attack.
comes down to grab your throat. Ooh, natural one.
Yeah.
As it comes down to grab at you, it sort of bats one of your hands to the side, exposing its neck in such a way that you manage to just tap it with the knuckles right in the weakened point. No?
My knuckles just missed, and I extend my fingers and jab it right in the Adam's apple, for the critical hit against the throat. Is it D3, right?
D2, but you double critted, so 3D2.
Yes, boy.
Oh my god. You smash the Yeti's throat with your fingertips, and pull out some hair as you retract them. The creature shakes its head, throws itself back in surprise and stunnedness as it reaches out with a hand. A 15 and 5 is 20, and a 1 and 5 is a 6 as well. The 20 will do you 1 more point of damage.
How healthy does it look?
Do you not see the bar?
Oh, all right. Where are we looking?
In roll 20?
Yeah, whereabouts? In roll 20?
Oh, sorry. Here.
Oh, I'm kicking its ass. Let's go. All right. Next round.
Just gonna punch the Yeti to death. And you will win initiative.
Can I kick here rather than punch for an extra damage? I mean, I'm a level 10 fighter. I think I can throw a kick.
Yeah, kicks do D3, but I don't think you get you can't dual wield your feet.
Okay, so it would just be one. Okay, no, I'm sticking to hands then.
Yeah.
Wait, I need to knock one of its teeth out and then use that as a dagger. That's the plan. Okay. So -2 on the first attack. Oh my god.
Ooh, another natural
on the
one.
offhand, 18.
Is a strike.
For 1 damage.
First one goes wide. Second one hits into the Yeti, who will attempt to, instead of attack you, just grab you and lift you up. It's going to change its combat style here. So it reaches with both hands.
I get attacks of opportunity.
You don't have a weapon.
Fist or a deadly
13
weapon.
and 5 is an 18. The Yeti will grab you. Give me an opposed strength check to see if you can resist it as it tries to.
Can I use Dex?
Yeah. No.
Okay. Strength, sorry. 13.
It will roll a 29. Yeah. It lifts you both arms up, pretty high right in front of it. It opens its mouth. You can see big, sharp fangs salivating down. It licks its lips, and you get the distinct impression it's going to eat you next round. Initiative.
Wait, I do that thing in the movie, somebody's about to kill me and I look around and maybe there's a knife on the floor.
Because it's lifting you way off. But if you look up, there is the rafters that hold the roof of the basement in place. There's a large wooden board, not board, but a beam, a 2-foot wide beam up here. That'll help you or not. And the Yeti rolls terribly on initiative.
Oh, wait, because I'm level 10, right? I should get extra attacks on every other round, right?
Yes.
Can I do an extra? I think I would have been 2, but can I just do 1 now?
Sure. That's fine.
Yeah, okay.
But it's also your turn, so what do you should make an attack for last round and then
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Would I still get the -2 on that?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, 13, that misses. Alright, if I can reach the... girder, the throat or something.
Okay, are you gonna punch or bite? Probably punch. You get more attacks with your fists than you do with your teeth.
Yeah.
Or maybe you want to go for a bite. I don't know.
Well, what's the advantage of the bite? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go for a... No, I'm gonna try and disable its eyes or something. Yeah, I just go for my attacks. I'm just going for eye gouges.
Okay.
26 and a 14.
The 26 is another double crit. The 14 is a regular hit. You go for an eye gouge and you jam your 2 fingers right in its face with that 26. Roll me triple damage.
Okay, and then I'll do the D2 for the other one as well, so...
Yeah.
6 damage.
Yeah, you gouge the Yeti in the eye. So much so that I'm going to make the Yeti make a morale check to see if it can hold on to you, because this is a unpleasant, uncomfortable experience. It has elite morale 13, but it does roll a 16. It sort of freaks out for a moment, and I will give you another opposed strength check to while it's reeling from the shock of having its eye gouged. You will fail to escape, and it will try to sink its teeth into you with a 3 and 5. Even with a +2 for you being like semi-held is still going to be a miss. It's only a 10. It would hit a normal person. What is your source of AC coming from?
1 from Dex, 2 from the cloak.
Okay. I think the Dex AC might be dodged here, but the cloak will definitely help you out. And you can magically avoid the attack that, ends near your shoulder, scraping against your arm, but not actually sinking in and ripping your flesh. Give me initiative.
Killing this Yeti, lads. 8.
You go first again.
Oh
my
triple
god.
crit and another hit. 342. But 8 damage, yes, come on.
The Yeti is all... Tell me what you do to do another crit and all max damage here.
I'm still in its grasp, right?
Uh-huh.
I think last turn... Have you seen that movie 28 Days Later? I think I've got my thumbs like in its eyes. And I'm like just driving my thumbs like deeper down into its eye sockets, getting closer to its brain.
Let me give it a saving throw versus death here. Because you've crit it a couple of times in the eyes. There's got to be some sort of consequence for that. We can't just let that lay, Yeti has saving throw versus death of 13, and it rolled a 12. You will pop out one of the eyes on the Yeti, and it will... Let's take a look at this table over here quickly. I'm pretty sure that's going to be at least stunned 1 round. Piercing humanoid head. Injured, -4 penalty to all attacks. If helmed, victim is only stunned 1 round instead. So no, the eye is injured. It has a penalty of 4 to attacks, as like the eye hangs out of the socket. It is not stunned, and so it will make its attacks at -4. Desperately, like dropping you to the ground, and then desperately clawing at you with a 5 and a 6. Both of them misses. The Yeti, one eye, reaching around for you, is in a bad spot.
First. Oh, yes! Channeling Archie, let's go. Okay, another triple crit. Boom! 5 damage. Punch the dick.
You punch the dick. The Yeti falls unconscious, and you can just rend it with your hands. You can break its skull. You can pull out its eyes. You can rip its tongue off and shove it down its throat to finish off the Yeti.
Yeah. How long are its claws?
Oh, about, yay long. But as you plop down in exhaustion after the near-death experience, everything sort of swims to darkness. And you find yourself waking up the next morning. Your friends and companions all around you. And let's bring the rest of the party back.
Oh, Anton's not getting it, so okay.
No, he didn't go to sleep.
MrMouton.
Hello, hello.
Whoa.
All right.
The rest of the party wakes up. Anton, by the time that they're awake, you've had a couple of shifts coming through. The storm is still raging. The hailstones are still pounding outside. It is a misty day with difficult weather. You all wake up to the sound of heavy hail.
I say to Tyrell as I wake up, I had the weirdest dream last night, Tyrell.
Do I feel
I
well
didn't
rested?
sleep well at all.
Oh. I shrug my shoulders. I'm sure this land is going to play many tricks on us. Just keep your wits about you. I'm sure we'll be fine. What'd you dream about?
You wouldn't ever leave me here, would you? My spell stopped working.
If I'm being honest with you, I think I'd be more likely to leave Anton here than anything else, but no, of course not.
Good to know. Yeah, I don't know, just a weird dream. I look around, the other people down here, do they look like they've slept poorly?
Vash looks extremely shaken as he wakes up and looks around the area. He's got like pale sweat, or his face is pale. A cold sweat runs down the sides of his cheeks. Hans, as well, is seemingly shaken to his core by something. Lord Khan and Teresa as well. So Vash, Hans, Lord Khan, Teresa all look like they've had a really rough night out there.
Yeah, I will like stand in the middle of the room and sort of just say to nobody, like, new place with strange magics. It's enough to make anyone's mind act up. I'm sure we'll get used to it. And then I'll like pick up my bow and take out my spell book. And I need to learn spells to cast before I put my armor on.
It's not. We can't travel in this weather, right? As
way.
Anton looks out.
Yeah, there's no way you can travel in this weather.
Anton will go downstairs and inform everybody that we're gonna, at the very least, be spending another night here.
Yeah. Okay, so there's no need to really cast Stone Skin.
How long does Stone Skin last again? Is it 24 hours or is it longer?
Yeah, 24 hours.
Is Anton back downstairs, or?
Yeah, he'll come downstairs for a little bit.
I look to Anton and I look over and see if Teresa's watching, and then I kind of look at Anton and I give him a strange nod.
Anton will give you a nod back.
Okay. I chuckle softly. I look to the Frost Rangers. How long does weather like this normally last?
Sometimes they themselves out in a day, few hours. Sometimes they last for a few days. I wouldn't expect it to delay us more than 3 days. But it could turn into a blizzard, which we can travel in somewhat, I don't know, storms.
When I go to take out my spell book, Neal, I'm going to check my full HP. I check my wounds.
Yeah, you're at full HP.
Do I have any new pieces of paper in my pocket?
Nope.
Okay. For this day, I'm just going to cast Ultravision and locate Landmark, and I'm going to locate Saladin Keep. So I can put it in the chat, but it probes the mind of every creature within a mile, and if they know where it is, then I will get the answer.
I heard you. I'm just looking up the answers.
Mm-hmm.
You must consult the deep text.
Mm-hmm. The lore beyond lore. You cast your spell, and it doesn't return you like nobody here knows. It fizzles. Like you can feel sort of a response, and then just it crumbles. Like everything falls apart. Your spell has just outright failed.
All right, so myself, and I also want to cast Prying Eyes. They last an hour per level.
Prying Eyes?
Yeah, it basically just creates D4 plus 11 eyes.
Yeah.
That can travel independently and replay what they find to me up to a mile away. So I'm just going to have them go and search a mile outside the city in all directions and come back.
Excellent. Are they going to get harmed by the hailstorm outside?
Yeah, I think if they got hit, yeah.
AC 16, 1 hit point. Okay. And they can go up to, did you say a mile?
Yeah, a mile away from you.
Okay. And how many did you summon?
14.
14? Oh boy. Okay. So we're going to say AC 16. Each one has maybe like a 75% chance of being destroyed. Let's see if any of them come back. They should. With 14 of them, you should get quite a few. 14D100 greater than 76 because it's inclusive for some reason. Yeah, 5 of them will return to you after an hour or so of whizzing about. They will show you what they've seen, the empty town, all about.
Yeah.
Dice over here. 6. Oh my, these high rolls.
They seem to have maintained their magic once it was cast.
Yeah, they seem to be fine. As they zoom around, though, one of them on the west side of town, within the city walls, spotted a thing. Like a black orb, like a ball hovering in the air. And the interesting thing about this ball is that as the hail stormed all around it, the hail that came close to the creature, to this orb thing, this black orb, maybe about yay big, bocce ball sized, seemed to slow down as it passed near, sort of stacking up. And the closer to this black bocce ball like thing the hail fell, the slower it became. The hail that landed directly on it just began to build up a pile, almost like a hat or a helmet on top of this thing.
Oh, strange.
Yeah, I think you can probably replay those visions over and over again, and you'll see that within, roughly 60 feet is where the hail begins to slow down, and around 15 feet is that anything within 5 feet of it basically comes to a halt. And then it, stacks up on top of it, forming like a big brim until that brim is... I don't think there's 5 feet of hail around here, so it's just sort of stacking and stacking and stacking.
Did this one eye that saw it, did it just stop and watch it?
You told the eyes to scout things, right? So it came through, it saw this for a moment, and then it zoomed off somewhere else, and then as it explored the city, it came back to it coincidentally
still,
for a moment, and then zoomed around, and then eventually as
how
it
far
explored,
away is it from the house?
It's on the other side of the river, and then a few blocks down, so maybe a quarter mile, 1,000 feet.
All right, I mean, when that eye gets back to me, I'll come back and take it to Anton and Tyrell and say, I've been doing some scouting around outside. One of my eyes saw a strange floating black sphere. Seems to be around itself.
I nod.
Just stored in a random location on the other side of the river.
I'm sure there's going to be a ton of crazy, wonderful things in this area. I don't think we have time to stop and investigate all of them. If we do, we'll make no progress at all.
No.
As long as
I
things
agree.
don't appear to be dangerous to us, we should probably just continue moving forward. Make notes of them in your head, but...
Yeah. If the eyes that get back, Neal, I'll have them go out and sort of just act as sentries to the house and just keep an eye out for as long as they can.
While everyone's spending the day in this building waiting out the hailstorm, Tyrael, Vash will approach you. Actually, let's not do that first. First, we're going to do MrMouton. Teresa approaches you as everyone's waiting, maybe half an hour after people have woken up. She comes over to you, and she says, I don't know what this is, but I saw you last night. Sleep.
And,
I saw
Where?
what you did to this spirit.
Anton will cock his head.
I saw
what do
you
you
draw your sword and slice its head off.
See, it couldn't have been me. I don't have a sword.
She looks down to your side and brushes your cloak aside with her hand. You don't have a sword on you?
Anton has spears.
You must have picked up a sword somewhere else then and put it away. I saw it. It was clear as day.
Hand on her shoulder. As you heard from our fellow compatriots, people are having funny dreams. I promise you that all I did, put the thing to rest with a prayer. I prayed to the almighty Velthara. The lady just wanted vengeance, but she's dead. You can't seek it. The person is long dead as well. Vengeance has been sought, or I guess vengeance is not able. And she simply vanished.
She seems to accept this answer somewhat, and befuddledly heads back to her spot with the other wayfarers crouched in a circle, pulling her knees up against her, huddling together for warmth. And this is around the time that Vash approaches Tyrael. Your Highness, my lordship.
I nod, yeah?
Woman over there. He points at Teresa. I think she's dangerous. I think she's going to betray us.
In what way? Why do you believe this?
Terrible nightmares all night long. Monsters clawing, snow reaching. One thing after another. Clearly, hallucinations, but in each one, somewhere nearby, Teresa was watching. And one of them, she smiled at my demise. And another, she pushed me off a ledge. She was always around. And that position she's in, that's the same position I saw her when I fell off the building after she pushed me. It's the same position we found her body in yesterday.
Vash is...
I don't know if we should trust her.
Is Vash one of my men?
Vash is the captain of your bodyguard.
I understand.
Mm-hmm. There's something off with that cleric.
I shake my head and I say, if you observe her acting in a suspicious manner while you're awake rather than asleep, let me know. Otherwise, I think we better let dreams be dreams.
He'll take the hint and chill. And the rest of the day sort of passes as everyone waits. The dogs bark, they get fed, people take turns going outside to, do their business. Is there any conversation that needs to be had, or we just skip to the next day?
I'll go over to Emmerich and I'll chat with Emmerich alone.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of pull him to the side as we're... Oh, I guess we're not walking. Can I find a place alone to talk to him?
Yeah, there's the downstairs area where most people huddle together for warmth because there's no wind, and then there's the upstairs area where the eyes are hanging out, but wind blows through the open doorways.
Yeah.
And so it's colder.
I'll call him upstairs and we'll hang out upstairs for a minute.
Yeah, what's on your mind, Cyril?
I stare off outside into the hail, and I kind of speak quietly to him. I think that the dreams we saw last night, if they're not our greatest fears, they must be things that we worry about. I had a vision that the Queen decided to have us all essentially executed once Scoria was dead. It sounds like you...
Worrying. I dreamt that I woke up and you were all gone. I was attacked by a Yeti. Mm-hmm. I had no weapons. You'd taken everything. Left a note saying you didn't need me anymore.
I turned my head and I looked to Emmerich. We've talked about this and I've thought about it a great deal. I don't think our aunt is the kind of lady to just have us killed. Whether because she's not that way as a queen or not that way as an aunt. It's not something that I really worry about. Are you worried?
No more than I would think you would leave me here, no.
Okay, I nod. And then I look him right in the eye. And I say, do you truly feel that way, or do you worry that we might abandon you out here in this frozen hellscape?
I couldn't believe that you would. No, I don't worry about it.
I nod my head. I look back out into the snow. I wonder what Anton would have dreamt.
I think the gods know that. It's probably best he didn't sleep.
I nod.
This place is clearly trying to fuck with our heads. It's almost malicious. Doesn't seem random.
Maybe. It's hard to ascribe intent to magical elements, who knows. But all we can do is...
I think some of the other men and women dreamt as well. I got to look at their faces when they woke up. It seemed like they hadn't slept.
Mm-hmm. I think everything, or all things that the people here seem to fear about, so if there's nothing we can do about it, we'll just carry forward, yeah?
We should try and keep morale high.
True. I'll see who brought some dice downstairs, I'm sure. A couple of my members should have some.
We definitely should have brought cards and stuff like that, I think.
Definitely. Yeah, you can make games, you can pull out firewood and keep yourselves warm.
Anton has access to no magic right now, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Seemingly.
Yeah. That's seemingly. Okay.
I'll tell a story about one of the dragon fights to the people to entertain them.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say he should time pull a dragon fight. It would be fun to watch, but we can't do that, so... Yeah. But...
Let's just take a quick moment and see how we want to organize ourselves. We talked before a little bit about groups. I've positioned your tokens with people who I think should belong to you underneath you. Clearly, you each have your own personal bodyguards. You're the captains of your guards that are with you. And Tyrael has Vega, Hans, and Montem. And then we've got the four Wayfarers. How would you like to divide them up under people's control? Because when we do get to large combat situations, I don't want to play the NPCs. I'm going to have you play them. You all have access to all of their character sheet.
Well, I think that since Tyrael's got 4 people already, why don't I take Lord Khan, Mutant take Teresa, and then we have one fighter each.
Okay.
Unless you want Lord Khan Mutant, since you can't cast any spells yourself.
Spells, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll take the useless cleric then.
Yeah, Teresa doesn't want to follow Anton anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Not after. Okay, cool. And let me just double check.
Frost Ranger? You taking him?
Yeah, I will play the Frost Ranger.
Lamb Wells.
Yeah. Nick, you'll see Lord Khan's spells are actually under combat rather than a spell tab. Sorry, Mutant.
Oh,
You'll see Lord Khan's spells are under his combat tab rather than his spell tab for some reason.
Can I pick a spell?
These are the spells that he has with him, and
Which
that he'll
ones does he have
memorize
prepared?
each day. The number of attacks shows you how many
Oh, got it.
memorizations he's got.
And what does his magic missile do? 3d4, 44?
He is 5th level, so it'll do 3d4 plus 3.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
That's slow though. It's pretty good.
He's got some decent spells.
Yeah.
Looks
And his
great,
wand?
actually.
What does his wand do?
He has a wand of magic missiles. It fires same as Nick's wand, which I think is 1 magic missile at a time. Or is it 2?
Yeah.
Nick? 2 magic missiles. 2d4 plus 2.
And can he dual wield them like Nick does?
He only has the 1 wand.
Got it. But he has 2 attacks.
Right, because it makes 2
It's
missiles.
2 missiles.
There we go.
Thank you.
Perfect.
So yeah, it should still be 1d4 plus 1 in the damage column. Wait.
Yeah, cool. You spend the day here in town waiting, resting. The wrong table. And we go to the next day. We arrived here on the 17th. Today is the day spent resting. On to the next day. The ice storm has mostly blown itself out the next day when you wake up. No one has any more weird dreams. There's no sign of monsters over the course of the day other than that thing that you saw on the other side of the river. When you wake up today, it is snowing. The snow comes down, not in a full-fledged blizzard, but gently falling. It will be slow progress as there'll be like fresh snow on top of everything, but you can move today.
I'm going to level Lord Khan out. Because everybody else got leveled up after we did the big thing with the Wayfarers. Is that okay?
Did he...
Got leveled up, and I thought the whole group of them got leveled up. But if that's not cool, we can fix it. It was just for the 66 fireball.
Jeez.
Right.
It's also going to change how many spells per day he gets as well.
Yeah. Level him up. Go ahead and level him up and give him an additional... an additional fireball, I imagine. Probably an additional...
The 3rd and 2nd level, I think.
3rd and 2nd, yeah. And then probably an additional...
Light?
Do you want to do our break while we do this? We're at the hour.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a level. It's just a level 3 spell. Sorry.
We'll be right back.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
We just gave him an additional fireball.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Our party is ready to set out on this snowy winter's day. All around you, the snow will fall, but it will not truly impede you. You've got snowshoes as needed. You've got big, heavy boots that are fuzzy on their sides. You've got sleds. You've got dogs. You've got a whole team ready to go. And so our party will set out through the snow. Ba-bum. Now, yesterday, you had seen this sort of black orb on the other side of the river and down a street. Knowing the direction that you're going, that gate, you could avoid this big black orb if it's in that same spot. Moved and gone in any number of directions. Do you seek it out?
Fuck no.
I would be curious and try and get a look at it if I pass a point where I might be able to glimpse it. But I don't think I'd go necessarily out, take the whole party out of my way to see it.
We're gonna walk towards where we
would have to leave the party.
We're gonna walk towards where we need to go, and we're gonna ignore it.
Hang on. Before we leave this morning, I'm casting spells on people, Neal. I'm casting Stone Skin on the three of us.
Base.
Does that go off? I mean, it'd be pretty obvious if it doesn't work.
Stone Skin seems to work just fine.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else that I need to cast now, so...
That's what I'm talking about, Nick.
Yeah, well, not much else to do at this point.
Here we go.
Hang on. I'm going to cast Prying Eyes as well, Neal. And it lasts... And I just want them to circle me at like a distance of 100 meters. And just like keep an eye out for anything.
Certainly. A few of them will immediately return and show you that black orb has moved slightly. It is now near the southwest gate, hovering in place as snow builds up all around it and moves slowly through it.
Okay. I say that black orb's still here. It's at the south gate.
Ah, good. It's not on our way.
Yep.
Let's keep going.
Okay. Anton, will you roll me a 2d8?
This is how many levels you're about to get drained.
There you go. 6.
No, why? It's a lot of levels.
And Tyrael, would you also roll me a 2d8?
Here's how many inches my dick is about to grow. Yes.
Nice. Tripled in size.
You guys make your way to the gate, the northwest gate, without much problem. Beyond here, you can see naught but endless snow and distant mountains. The distant mountains you can only barely sometimes make out because the snow and the blizzard around you typically obscures them. But every now and then, there's a pause or a break, and you can see a large peak rising in the distance. It's clear to you at this gateway, when you had cleared it the previous day looking for words, that there is a road here under the snow. However, aside from the gate section which you've cleared, which is now snowy, the road is covered, and there's no way to see exactly where it is. However, you know there is a river on your right, and there are mountains on the left, and so the road must go between these two. This is a bridge, if the bridge still stands.
Cool.
Well, I think what I'm doing is I'm going to take one of the compasses and I'm going to try and use it to make sure that we don't get too far off track here. I mean, I assume we're following this road, but I'm just going to have whatever direction it is we're traveling.
Sure. But what I'm saying is that you know there's a road here, but you can't see it. It's buried under the snow, and you're not going to be able to follow the road. But
but we could dig up the snow to confirm the road's existence, or is there too much snow?
You could like walk a while and then dig until you find it, and then walk a while and dig until you find it. But it would be a slow, laborious process if you weren't on the road to then dig left and right until you found it, you know?
Yeah. Well, if the terrain ever like opens up where we're not sure which way it would be going, maybe at that point we'll try and look for the road. But for now, we're okay.
Okay.
We set off with our dogs, mushing.
They bark.
On the sleds, or are we walking alongside the sleds as the dogs carry the equipment?
The sleds carry the gear. The people walk behind them.
Okay.
Half the day passes through the snow. through the wind. You pause for lunch, make some food, pick up again, and keep going. And it's on the second string that whoever's in the point is going to notice something. Now, this is a great opportunity to talk marching orders. We've already got the party broken into 3 distinct groups. Anton's group, Imric's group, Tyriel's group. And then there's the Frost Ranger and the dogs and the sled drivers, and we're going to call them the 4th group. Clearly, the sled dogs are in the front, so they can sort of help make the way easy to go. Do you have somebody before them, or are the sled dogs and the Frost Ranger the very, like, the tip of the sphere, the front of the marching order?
I was thinking, like, Tyriel's group could be up front. We could have a group on the left and a group on the right of, like, the sled dogs. And then I think we have 1, 2, 3. So, yeah, how's that?
Yeah, so the sled dogs are literally our
faster if people are in a single file line, because then they don't have to forge new treads in the snow.
We're never leading with the sled dogs. I think that would be a really bad idea. So my group will probably lead.
Okay, so until further notice, Tyriel's group is leading.
Yeah.
And Tyriel, who is the very first person in the group? Who is the foremost, first walker?
Tyriel McGarry is.
Excellent. Then Tyriel McGarry, you will see in the snow, maybe 30 or 40 yards in front of you, coming through the blizzard, is a pack of hobgoblins who are clearly not dressed for this weather. They are shivering, they are shaking. Their fur coats, their orange fur coats, like packed with snow. There are weapons at their sides. The one in the front is moving its arms, trying to warm itself up. And then it pauses as you start to notice it, and it gazes across the snow distance at you, and it calls out to its fellow comrades in a hobgoblin tongue and points in your way. You are clearly the first of your group to notice these things.
I talk back to my people, and I say spread out and prepare to receive them. And then I'll call back to the people behind us. I guess I'll whistle twice, I think it was for danger. So I'll whistle twice, I'll draw my sword, and I'll wait for my 2 brothers to catch up beside me.
Yep.
Anton
Right. I jog forward.
You can see pushing forward a little bit, the hobgoblins come into view. There are, at this point, at least 10 of them, but there's still probably more hidden beyond the edge of where the snow blocks your vision. And they stand shaking, cold, not ready for this weather at all. Weapons at their sides, some weapons in hands, talking as your group has stopped and their group has stopped. They seem concerned, but they also seem cold, and they seem hungry.
They seem concerned by us, or concerned by everything?
At this range, with the snow in the way, I don't think you can quite get the nuances of their facial expressions. But they're holding back. They're not just rushing in to kill you. And they've got their weapons out, and they're talking amongst each other.
I'm going to use my detect magic wand and scan the distance, suspecting that perhaps these hobgoblins have been summoned here, maybe? And maybe there's an invisible caster or something nearby.
Your detect magic wand just and powers down and fails.
Yeah.
He's used to that.
Sometimes you want your rod to work and it just doesn't. Bad timing. I go to load my bow with a ethereal arrow. Does that work?
Yes.
I'll put my hand to you. I can't believe I'm being the one rational here. They're not going to charge into us. We'd slaughter them. It wouldn't even be a fair fight. Just let them sit there for a minute and go by.
Hang on. If these things live here, then who knows what magic items they've got.
Look at them. They don't live here.
Well, how the fuck did they get here? Maybe we should speak to them.
Do you speak Goblin?
I could use that scroll.
Anton shakes his head.
I look between the 2 of them and I say, perhaps an easy fight would lift spirits, gives us something to do, keeps the bodies nice, warm, and fresh, and perhaps they do have something of value on them. I'd feel less comfortable having a group of hobgoblins knowing that we're walking around up here trailing behind us as well, so...
These things have been summoned here or here against their will, and They're not long for this world anyway. They'll freeze by the time night falls.
I nod. I look back to the Frost Ranger. Is he within talking distance or shouting distance?
Yep, everyone's moved up. Some people are, watching the dogs. A couple of the Wayfarers have gone back to hold the back and make sure that no one's sneaking up behind you. But the Frost Ranger's here, a few steps nearby.
I call back and I say, a group of hobgoblins, clearly not from around here, ahead of us. We plan to cut them down. Any objections?
No.
All right.
Bring them low.
I nod and I look
Fire
forward.
shot.
You unleash an arrow.
Yeah,
Go ahead and make me roll to hit.
Can my archer shoot at the same time as him?
I'm sure you had weapons drawn. Because of the poor weather conditions, all missile attacks are at -3 to hit.
Okay, wait. Just on this point, though, I was watching a documentary about medieval battles. And actually, wind, if you're firing against a large target, like a unit of men, wind doesn't really make a difference. They would just always aim for the middle and, like, it
Yeah,
wouldn't
it's
really
because
matter.
in large battles, you're not actually aiming at any individual people.
Admittedly,
you're just trying to get your arrow
yes.
in that way.
But there
And
is
that's
10
not how-
hobgoblins, so it should be easier to shoot 10 hobgoblins than one hobgoblin.
Sure, but in D&D, we pick specific targets and we aim at those specific targets. We're not firing in mass. And also, we're only at 30 yards. We're not, like, shooting at a huge mass of soldiers a million miles away.
Take the
so
minus
I'm gonna
I just
give
want
you-
my complaint registered, Neal. That's fine, though.
A 16 doesn't hit.
Somewhere there is a book of all the complaints Nick has ever leveled against me. I would like to see this book one day.
There's one.
Does a 16 hit?
I do believe, let me just look at the Hobgoblin stat block. I think a 16 is a hit here.
I got 13.
C, D, E, F, G, H, O, B. Hobgoblins have 15 AC. So the 16 is a fine blow.
It smacks into one of them. Do I get my other 2 attacks?
Yeah, in the round.
Yeah, into the round. Hobgoblins have hit dice. Excellent.
Now that I'm thinking about it, if his fighter's got bow specialization and he's level 6, does he get 3 shots around, or does he get
7 were
2.5 shots around?
No, it's just 2.
No, because he's got bow specialization, which also
It doesn't
increases
give you a
rate.
bonus attack rate of fire until 7th level.
Oh, okay.
3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. There are a total of 15 hobgoblins. How much damage did you do? 6, did you say?
5.
5. Your 5 will hit the first hobgoblin and level them to the ground. They just drop dead immediately.
That's weird.
And that gives the hobgoblins, they turn into you and they run across the field.
Everybody
In
runs
your
attacks
direction. Yep. Your party has attacks. The hobgoblins, a few of them have bows and they will take shots, while the rest of your party readies to meet the incoming hobgoblins. They will take 1d20 plus -3 a shot against. Who is your person that fired with the bow?
Brain gang.
Brain gang. 3, and 15 against Brain gang. All attacks will either miss or hit harmlessly as the rest of the hobgoblins close for battle. These 3 are going to be behind, and everyone else will just line up 1-to-1 as each hobgoblin takes a person. Each person takes a hobgoblin, and if there are any leftover hobgoblins, they will double up. So go ahead and deploy your forces. Missiles in the back, melee in the front. It should be an easy battle. Hobgoblins are trash units compared to these dragon slayers. Okay, so Lord Khan and Brengang are in the back. Anton and Jack are in the front.
Oh yeah.
Pola, Neal, Teresa is up front. Tyrael, are you keeping all your people behind you?
I'm trying to figure out where can we. Oh, is it Glacia? Is where we see them all.
Actually, Teresa's actually kind of useless, so I will just...
Yeah.
She can stay back.
You can also shift double click on a token to open up the character sheet.
That's so helpful.
I send Neal alone into all 20 hobgoblins.
Great. It's about time to get rid of one of your warriors.
It's about time this Neal guy got what's coming to him.
While he's figuring out his shit, can I do my shit on the left side? On the left side?
Yeah, we'll do. I just want to know how many hobgoblins are left over, so I can reassign them to other parts of the battle.
Okay.
But I assume
Me and me and Vash are coming up to fight. Do Hans and
Dream
Modem,
team.
do these guys have bows? Can I assume they have bows or no?
no, that would need to be under their gear.
Okay, they'll hang back, and then me and Vash will come up and fight.
Yeah, Montem does not have that, and Hans. Yeah, neither of them have bows. Okay, so we will reassign 2 on Anton, 2 on Jack, 2 on Neal, 1 on Pola, 2 on Tyrael, and 2 on Vash. So only Pola has the 1, and I think everyone's sort of like, you're charging, they're charging, you guys have readied attacks, and so all attacks resolve fairly simultaneously. Let's just go left to right across the board, starting with Anton, as 2 hobgoblins charge into you. 1d20 +1 +2 for the charge. First one lands a 10 with an axe. The second one lands a 21 with a spear.
So I hit for 7? No, nothing will hit me except a 20.
Okay, you have 34 AC. Yeah, their weapons fall harmlessly against you. You hit the first one for a 7, instantly slaying them.
Do these hobgoblins look wounded, or are they just very low health?
Here's a shield punch.
Low, shitty HP hobgoblins.
15?
15 hits.
1.
1 damage. I'm changing their HP totals, but nothing seems to be working. I think Roll20 is glitching right now.
Maybe it's part of the magic.
And wounded the other.
Okay, here's I don't have Jack open, sorry.
That's fine.
So here's Jack. I think he gets 2 attacks, so here's 1, here's the other.
Oh my god, they're both beautiful. The hobgoblins will strike at Jack with a 21 and a 9. The 21 will hit for 5 points of damage.
15
Jack
and 11.
will instantly destroy 2 hobgoblins on the spot. One with a hammer, the other with his axe, and they go down in a bloody pile.
Thank you.
Neal, there are 2 goblins that attack him. One with a 15, one with a 16. Neither of those.
Well, Neal's got 26 AC.
Yeah. He gracefully dodges, defends, blocks, parries the hobgoblins before.
Is it Neal's attack now?
Mm-hmm.
Does he really not have a magic weapon, Neal? How's that happened?
This is your character.
Do we not have a scimitar +3? Did we not give this guy a scimitar +3?
I think the +3 just wasn't on there because otherwise.
Oh, okay.
Right, because he gets melee. Yeah. It's in scimitar.
Okay.
All the other stats
23.
were appropriate. Easy blow.
Well,
Murdering 1 hobgoblin. Does he get 2 attacks around?
1.5. But he says to him, you've just been kneeled.
The 2 attacks at the end, the second attack's at the end of the round, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hola. 16 against
shit.
her from a charging hobgoblin. No dice. You can go ahead and resolve that. Her counter.
Pola smolders as she strikes out with her arm, so +2 for 25 and 9 damage.
Yeah, it's the 8 HP goblin. Hobgoblin drops him. Over here with Vash.
She says,
Hobgoblin.
you can look, but you can't touch. As she kills him.
Oh my god.
This is why you don't give your PCs control over your NPCs. The hobgoblins all miss their melee attacks against Vash and Tyrael. Even though they outnumber you 2 to 1, their blows fall on impossibly strong armor. Please dispatch your hobgoblins as needed.
I take 2 more shots with my bow. Oh, it's Tyrael. Right, okay.
Vash with a 12, does it hit?
No, 12 will not hit. 15,
15's
14 is actually our number because they're charging. They have a -1 to their AC. And 30 will probably... Yep, there goes a 6 HP hobgoblin.
Okay. Are we doing second attacks?
Do you have a second? Yeah, go ahead and make your second attack
Okay.
as well.
You didn't attack with Vash either.
Yeah, second attack with Vash. 17.
17 hits.
9 damage.
That will drop a hobgoblin.
Is Vash level 7?
No.
He shouldn't have 2 attacks around. He should have 1.5, I think.
Ah, yes, you're right.
Wow.
But Tyrael's second attack will come off and drop a Hobgoblin, leaving only 1, 2, 3, 4 frontline Hobgoblins. The rest are dead. And
Anton's second
the
attack?
3 archers in the back. Yeah, go ahead. The archers will do 1d20 plus 1 minus 3 as they try to hit those in the back. Notably Lord Khan. Nope. Vega. Nope. And Imric. Oh, natural 20 against Imric. That will hit all odds.
Sorry, I clicked that by mistake. Yeah, that does hit
Minus
me for...
1 stone skin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
You don't have any of your blurry shit or whatever?
Oh, yeah, I'm displaced, Neal, no? Oh, no, I'm not wearing my ropes. I'm not. Okay, can I find my 2 attacks?
Please do.
16 out of 21. I'm shooting the
You're at
archers.
20 as well, right?
Yeah. You're taking the archers.
10 and 5.
I also shot an archer for
down.
6.
Okay, all the archers are down then. And it's just the few up front who immediately
dead as well.
capitulate. Yeah. They're not having any more of this. The Hobgoblins, almost wiped out in a single round, drop their weapons and fall to their knees in the snow, shivering, clutching at themselves and each other. One of them barks out at you in a language you don't understand.
I'll throw out all the languages I have.
No recognition across the board.
I will offer it a quill and a piece of paper.
Oh.
The hand grabs the quill, shakily dips it in the ink, and just puts a big X on the paper, like they're signing it.
Yeah. I make this face and shake my head and take the quill back in the paper.
Hero, can we execute them and move on?
Yeah, I nod.
Alright, we execute all the Hobgoblins.
They die.
I'm sorry. I say it to one of them before it
Any
dies.
shit on them?
Wait, why you said they're evil creatures, right? Hobgoblins are evil.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Anything of note?
No, they have weapons, but they don't have they have some coinage actually. That's true. They're gonna have 3d20 in gold. They'll have 20 gold and 8d 30 in silver. 100 silver across them, 20 gold. They've got some weapons that are all kind of crap. They've got some clothes, some traveling packs. You can see an empty backpack on a few of them with nothing left inside of it. Even some the leather of the backpack has been chewed upon by some of them.
Can I outfit Hans and Monten with some bows now? Can I take...
You can, but they aren't proficient with bows, so they fire at -3.
Fuck, okay, never mind. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Alright.
I guess we keep walking. I ponder on this, though. This is very strange. I feel like they've been brought here against their will, but how?
Shrek, probably. I doubt there's any way for them to travel up here, but again, if we stop and question every strange thing we see, Scoria will be dead from old age before we finish with these lands.
I guess you're right. This place is proving to be stranger than I could have imagined.
For my fighting, I don't know. I'm not. You guys figure out what you want. Me and Vash are front line because he's got really high AC. Hans and Montum are back line. If you guys have people with less than 20 AC, I would never bring them forward. I don't know how
What does Jack do then? He just kind of doesn't do anything anymore?
I don't know. I thought Montum and Hans aren't doing anything, but the problem is, or Hans, the problem is that remember, it's really hard to recover out here. So every point of damage you take is a day to recover. So
I'll tell Jack after this fight to stay back with Lord Khan and just protect him.
It's always useful to have someone watching the rear,
Yeah.
keeping an eye out for someone from behind.
Or if you get surrounded, the people from the back can come up and strike or something. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. You press on that day, and in the snow, eventually, someone will spot a chimney sticking out of the snow, maybe 30 feet off of the path that you're headed.
Well,
over.
don't forget, I've still got my
Beeline.
eyes flying around, so I will definitely spot anything like this.
The eyes will probably be the first thing to see it then, although, they'll be the ones to see it. The chimney sticking out of the snow.
It's excavating.
There's something over there, yeah.
Yeah. Nick, roll me D100, and Anton, roll me D100.
I want low or high,
Higher or
Neal.
low?
Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna make it up anyway,
True.
Ah, you can't fuck us both.
You can pull out some shovels and dig out an entryway into this building, a window. This snow has piled up on the outsides and like somewhat come in the middle, but the inside of the building has a large airy space within it. There are tables here. There are old cups and dishes, like the place was abandoned and hasn't been seen since. Almost like you're digging up an archaeological ruin. Some of those dishes are a little bit cracked, but there are no bodies in here. No people. There's a bed. There's a dresser complete with clothes. If you can pry open the ice around it, you can sort through the house. You'll find no coins. You'll find no wealth. You get the distinct impression that this place was left in a hurry. That, you know, they took what they needed and sort of just left the dishes where they were, uncleaned, near the sink. The hearth still has firewood stacked in it as if it's ready to be set alight, and yet, you know, nothing's here.
Okay.
Is it like old and dusty?
No, it's, you know, there's too much snow and ice for there to be much in the way of dust.
Okay, my nod. Probably
Quick heads
time to
up,
leave.
you gave the Belt of Strength to the Frost Ranger, correct, Neal? I was letting him borrow it for the mission. He should have incredible strength right now.
I will add it to the Frost Ranger then.
Thank you.
It was a +2 strength, right?
Yes. Yeah. No, +3. Because I think I go to 15 strength when I have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then the Frost Ranger will have 18 strength for this duration.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. No, Tyrael, go in there. Use your ring of True Sight. See if you can see anything on the inside.
Okay, I'll give the ring to Hans, and I'll have him activate and go inside and look around.
He crawls inside, activates it, looks around, goes, I don't know if it worked. I didn't see anything.
Okay, I'll come back out. My nod.
All right, we go.
All right. The next day, this day will pass uneventfully for the rest of it. You can set up your large, heavy tents in which to seek shelter. The snow has slowed your pace to a grueling crawl. You've probably made it maybe 5 miles out of town before the day ends. Exhausted, tired, except for Anton, after the long day of marching through the snow, the first for many of you. You
Can I give
cozy up.
2 HP because we have a proficient healer? Or not?
I think he can get. We've got healing and herbalism. It's been a strenuous day, so he can get some HP because you have a proficient healer. Let me just see exactly what it is, because the strenuous stuff of your day reduces the hit points. The wounded character remains in care. The wounded character gets complete rest. Only characters with this can do. Diagonal entries. Diseases. And herbalism. It's 1 point per day.
Okay.
Yeah, you would need complete rest to get the 2, which would actually just jump to 3. So if you're traveling with a healer, each person can get 1 hit point.
Are we resting in the house?
I think you guys moved on from the house.
Yeah, we
Moved
moved
on.
on.
There was no like paper or books in there, right? No writings. Yeah, okay.
No writings. The next day is going to be a bit of a slow slog across the country here.
My amulet working? Or sorry, my helmet?
No, the crown is
Yep.
still non-functioning.
Thank you.
Are we still sort of following this path between the mountains and the river?
You've been losing sight of the mountains, but you haven't crossed them. It's possible that you've walked across the river if it's completely snow and ice and you couldn't tell that you've crossed it or not. You're not entirely-
When we set up camp, I will dig away at the snow, see if I can see the road.
No, you don't see the road under your feet.
Okay.
All right. 2d8 from Anton, please.
8.
And from Tyrael, 2d8. And from Nick, 2d8. 5 and 7. All right. The next day is better. The blizzard has drowned itself out. By the time you're up and about and heading out, you'll have to uncover your carts, your sled, snow that piled up in the middle of the night. But today is a clear day. It is cold, it is chilly, it is frosty, and you can see your breath. But for the first time, you are out of the city with a clear view of the surrounding areas.
Anton puts his shield on his back, and he's going to be using 2 spears for now.
Excellent. To your left and in front of you, you can see a great mountain range that reaches up high. From that vantage point, you would be able to see probably 60 miles in all directions, so tall are the mountains. Before you is a flat plain that stretches on and on, but a tower rises in the distance. It's hard to judge the exact distance without knowing the dimensions of the tower. If it's a huge tower, then it's really far off. If it's a smallish tower, it's must be closer. There's just enough haze in the air to sort of block out any of the fine stonework details.
Wait, can you say that again?
In the morning, I'll try casting Locate Landmark again on Saladin's Keep.
It will fizzle again.
Can I take my spyglass out and try to guess how far away that tower is?
Yeah, with the spyglass out, you can make out the fine details on it, and you can very quickly approximate that tower is about 10 miles from you.
How far?
That's where we're going.
How long would it take to get to the top of that mountain?
The mountain is closer to 30 miles away, so it's a bit farther, quite a bit farther. And it's hard to judge your pace, but you might be making 10 miles a day. If things go well, you could make 5 miles a day. If things go well, you can make 10 miles a day. If things go poorly, you can make 5 a day.
Does it seem like this is like a wizard's tower, or is this like a tower?
There's nothing on it that specifically calls. With the history you've heard of Glacia, that could be it could be a wizard's tower, or maybe all towers are part wizard tower, part normal tower. Whatever it is, it does dominate the otherwise flat landscape all around. Someone in that tower would have a vantage point that could probably see all the way to that main city, and all the way around.
Okay, I think that's where we're heading then.
You want to head to the tower?
I cast spells again, Stone Skin on everyone, Ultravision, and Prying Eyes.
Anton,
same command.
We have to go to the tower, right?
You cast 3 stone skins on your 3 party members.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all go off well. Ultravision goes off no problem.
Prying Eyes.
Okay.
Can I? I'll include the Frost Rangers in this conversation. If we get on top of that mountain over there, it's quite far away. We'd get a lot of vision around the area. If there's anything important, we could see it. Perhaps venture out to it. Have either of you been on top of that mountain before?
There's just the one Frost Ranger.
Okay.
They say no. I have always headed to the east. I've never come west.
Oh, this is all Uncharted for him.
For me, this
we
is Uncharted.
We want to visit the tower, not the mountain, correct? Or maybe the mountain after?
How
much of this tower can we see? Could it be attached to a keep?
Could be.
That's what I think, yeah.
The very base of the tower is sort of hidden by the curvature and the ground.
So potentially, this could be the place.
Yeah. So the question is, do we want to go to the mountain first for vision to make sure that we're not missing something important, or do we want to go right to the tower?
Either way, I think we'd want to check this tower out.
We're going to the tower either way, of course.
Yeah,
the question is whether we want to go to the first.
Go to the tower first. If we can't get enough vision there, then maybe go to the mountain. I say.
Okay.
The tower also has great vision when we get to the top.
Climbing that mountain is not a safe.
The mountain is not a
make
what?
it. It's not safe.
Oh, perhaps the tower's not safe too. I don't think anything is safe here, but okay.
No, perhaps you could climb it, Tyrael, but people here would struggle.
Not my people, but I
We
understand
have
what
ropes
you
and
mean.
everything. But yeah,
Okay,
we'll
let's
go to
go.
the tower.
Okay. You head in the direction of the tower, the dogs barking, leading your way. Why don't we take our break a little bit early right here, and we'll come back on the other side with some more toss.
We'll be back.
All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tombs of Scoria. Our party is going to continue on towards the keep. The tower that rises in the distance.
Boom, we found it.
We did it. We found the keep, guys. Nice work.
That's it. Yep. Let's turn around and head back. You find it. It's all here. Everything's going perfectly. Nick, let's talk about these floating eyes. You have them surrounding you all the... Is that today as well?
Every day, because I'm just casting spells that last for a long time when I wake up and I've not got my armor on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, since this last 11 hours. Oh wait, I recognize this music. So yeah, like 100 meters around me.
Okay. And what is
In a
their
circle.
visual acuity like? Talk to me about that.
I think it's just normal vision. Let me read the exact wording for you.
Yes, please.
Each eye is about the size of a small apple and can see 120 feet normal vision only in all directions.
Okay. So is that how you're... I can see 120 feet. And you said you wanted them at 100 meters from you?
Yeah.
100 meters is about 100 yards, so that if they're... The ones in the air won't be able to see the ground particularly well. But that doesn't seem to really matter that much. You'll have some in front of the rest of the group?
Oh no, it's a circle around me at a distance of 100 meters from me. So they're not necessarily... They're not 100
okay, so
meters
not
in the
a
air.
sphere. It's not like a drone sphere. It's a...
Yeah, no. It's like a halo.
A halo. Okay. 100 meters. So they will be at the forefront of the party then as well. That's what
Some
I'm
will
getting.
be, yeah.
So as you're marching, a few of these things will come back to you and relay what they see to you. And what you see is sort of like the snow shifting in the distance. Like lumps of snow that like bump up and bump down. Or like a section of snow that sort of like rises for a moment and stops. Almost like a wave. Almost like the snow here is flowing. Almost like like a current, but like in different places at different times.
Look like the snow elemental that attacked Anton when we went searching for the Minotaur maze.
Ooh, that's give me an intelligence check. See if you can remember the movement of that creature.
I feel the Nick roll coming on.
Do I get a +1 for...
So long ago. You're having a hard time even remembering. You only saw it that one day for that one moment. It's not unreasonable, but you can't be sure.
Yeah. There's something up ahead, guys. Maybe more of those living snow elementals. Do you remember them? From when we went down south. Perhaps it's something moving under the snow, but there's something. Be ready. We used fire to drive it off last time, if it is the same thing.
Okay, I nod.
Okay.
Okay.
Protect the dogs.
Yeah.
Protect the dogs. What does that mean, protect the dogs? Means we maintain our current formation? Yeah.
Around them, yeah.
Okay. Also, just to be clear, before we head to where these things are, you're going to tell us when we're like 50 feet out or 100 feet out, yeah?
Yeah, well, Nick's eyes are at a range of 300 feet from him, and I think he's at the back of the column. And the distance of the whole column, I can tell if roll 20 will stop bugging on me. And then they can see another 120 feet beyond that.
Okay.
So, let's see. Come on, ruler. Measure some. I can't measure any distances today, apparently.
Are they moving like in a in like an actual like routine, like a pattern? Like, do they look like they have like a route or something? Or?
No. It's just sort of like the snow will like bump up for a moment and then like bump back down, or like maybe there's like a little bit of a wave. The motion is not contiguous or continuous.
Okay.
It is haphazard.
Do we want to ask Maybe Emmerich to go up and shoot some arrows at it, see what happens?
Yeah. I'll do that. I aim an arcing shot towards one of these things.
Yeah, you march to the front of the column to get into view of these things as your eyes keep filtering back to you and telling you that these things are moving. They're not just in front of the column. They seem to be popping up on the sides of the column as well.
Okay, I say that, they're moving to surround us. As I take a shot. 24. That's with a -3 range penalty.
All right, you arc a shot towards one of these things, and it plunges itself into the snow and blinks out of existence.
And it keeps moving
I
unencumbered?
hit it.
So what?
It continues to move, it doesn't react or anything?
No, there's a little bump of snow that kind of comes up, and the arrow lands in it, and then the bump just sort of stays there. There doesn't seem to be a reaction from the bump.
I look back to the Frost Ranger. You encountered anything like this before?
He shakes his head. Nope. This is new.
God damn, why are you here?
Yeah,
Anyone-
seriously.
Anyone who isn't wielding a powerful weapon should light a torch.
I look to Emmerich
Okay.
and Anton. I don't know if it would be a simple frost elemental or snow elemental. It's probably something a bit more contrived than that. What were you saying, Anton?
Anton tells Jack, Teresa, Montum, Hans, and Vega to light a torch for each one of them.
Okay. Have all the warriors grouped up towards the front to discuss this?
No. We are maintaining a position. The only three up here should be Anton, Emmerich,
I think it's
and,
us. Yeah. And the Frost Ranger.
and the Frost
I think we
Ranger.
should make a circle of melee fighters with ranged or vulnerable people in the middle. If we're to get surrounded.
Sure, that seems reasonable.
Sure. So it sounds to me like the column has come to a stop, and I'm just going to bring you to a page that has the marching column on it as like a generic position. I think this is what we had discussed before, with Tyrael and his men being in the front, and Anton and Emmerich and their men being at the back. Generally
Before-
moving, but clearly we've adjusted our situation for this moment.
A little bit, yeah. As we talk, though, he says that these things are beginning to surround us. I'm going to point the entire crew to start heading back. We're not going to assume a position fighting surrounded. I would assume we would always lose that. We're going to head back, and we're going to rethink this. So I will read...
When you say head back, do you mean like turn around
Like-
all of the carts and wagons?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know
And
about this,
where
but I
are
go along with
the
it.
people while this is going on?
We can take aside our cards. It shouldn't be that difficult if they're dogs to get them to literally turn
No,
around.
yeah, they just
Yeah.
it's arc. Yeah. Cool. Well, while all the carts are beginning to arc and all the dogs are changing directions and starting to go sideways, I'd really like you to position your tokens wherever you think they would be at this moment, because something is here. Something is coming.
Okay, can you give us access to our tokens of the other people? Oh.
You should have all of them. If you can't, Roll20
Okay.
is kind of dying at this moment. You might need to refresh to do stuff.
I assume that we're each going to be at one of these having the dogs turn around. Is that an incorrect assumption, Tyrael?
Yeah, we just need to get everybody turned around and head back where we can.
Okay,
make sure
Nick,
that
you
we
take the
cover-
middle cart. I'll take the bottom cart.
We don't have names over these tokens. Is that supposed to be like that?
I can give them names if you'd like.
Okay, I just
know the
don't.
tokens.
For these three in the middle, I think the two on the left are Hans and Vega. Who is this guy in the red?
Hey, that's
This guy here?
Mon-
No.
That's
Red shirt. This
oh,
guy.
this guy. This is Vega.
Oh, that's Vega. This is Mortem.
If you double click them, you can see them here.
Oh, you're right. Okay, never mind. I got it. Okay.
I'm gonna put their nameplates on them for you.
Boomer.
Wait, does Mortem really have 11 HP?
Oh fuck.
Montum?
Jumping.
Or Montum? Sorry.
Whatever the HP totals are correct. Rogues don't have a
Classes
lot
this
in the way
guy.
of hit points.
Holy shit.
Level 5 rogue, man, he fucked up there on those rolls.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Come on.
Isn't he level like 4 or 5? I don't even know. I don't care. Whatever.
Level 5, yeah.
Get shitty.
Must have rolled shitty.
5d6, he got 11. I'd probably go worse. Let's try.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Average.
Cool. I think that is enough nameplates for us. So it's while you are moving these things that rising out of the snow all around you are trolls. Big, icy, snowy trolls. And we can enter into combat. Now, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of creatures. There's a lot of monsters. So we're going to break the party up into each of you will just roll a d10 for your entire group, and then your whole group will go at once. And I'll break the monsters into 3 groups as well, and they'll all go at once.
Cool.
And then I'll just have the Frost Ranger go with... Where is the Frost Ranger?
Of the torches.
Yeah.
Is this going to be useful?
Where the fuck is our Frost Ranger? Oh, there they are. The Frost Ranger will just be with Nick's group.
Okay. You're controlling him, though.
Yes. But they'll go with your initiative. So we will do reds, blue, greens, and blues for the monsters. Anton has an initiative. Imric has an initiative. Tyrael has an initiative.
I'll put mine in. It's cool.
Oh, I'm rolling for
Thank you.
Tyrael.
Ooh. Yeah, I accidentally rolled these at +3, so these should all be 6 less. They should be like that.
They just want to talk then.
No, because we're all just rolling flat d10s for initiative, unfortunately.
The trolls have a bit of an advantage here.
I'm going to go ahead and roll a 2 right here. As soon as a d20 loads it. Fuck! That's what I wanted anyway.
It's close enough. Our trolls will go first.
Yeah.
And which troll is this? It is the
Anton's.
blue group towards the bottom. So 5 divided by 3 is... 15 divided by 3 is 5. So quickly, these trolls will like this and close onto these people. I forgot the names of the people you had given a torch to. One of them was Lord Khan.
You want me to call him out?
Yeah, would you call him?
Khan. Fuck, where are they? Hans, Montum, and Vega. And Teresa. So 5 people.
Hans, Montem, Vega, Teresa. Excellent. Perfect. So our trolls will close with the party right here. And against Jack first, these 2 trolls will claw each of them twice. Once with the 14, once with the 23, once with the 9, and once with the 9. I think the 23 will strike home against dearly beloved Jack for 8 points of damage, ripping open his flesh. Against Anton himself, they will roll 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they need a natural 20 to hit you, though.
Everything was.
And they just batter you down with weapon after weapon. And against Brangang, a 15 and a 12.
Nope.
All right. Next up in the order is the green trolls. And they're going to close over here as well. 1 coming for Teresa. 1 coming from... 2 coming from Paula. 1 going for Neal. Actually, 2 going for Neal, like this. So against Teresa, who is armed with the torch right now, they will score a 24 and a 17. Both of them hitting, the 24 critting. The crit will do 8, and the regular hit will do 2. She'll take a total of 10.
Okay.
Against Pola, 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks. Against 21 AC is 1 single hit as a troll will smash her for 8. And against Neal, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that is 1 hit, but not a crit, for 7 points of damage. And Imric's team will go next.
Okay, I'll start with Neal. He's going to attack one of his trolls. Can't open his character sheet for some reason.
You gotta refresh.
Yeah. Roll 27. It's having a hard day.
2 seconds. Okay. Let's go, Neal. Let's go. Alright, 2 attacks. No, 1 attack. 27.
Easy hit. In fact, you clear by 10.
Okay. And 14 damage.
A quick and easy slice of a troll.
Okay, I will take a shot at the troll fighting Teresa.
Okay. That's you with your bow?
Yeah. No range penalty, right?
No range penalty.
Flank attack?
Yep. I'll assume you can move
Yeah,
over
I've
here.
got missile weapon spec, so I can't, yeah. 22.
Hit.
7.
The arrow sticks out of the troll's face, who ignores it and keeps his fighting going.
Can the troll ranger shoot this guy as well? The frost ranger?
Yes, the Frost Ranger can. Taking a shot with the bow. 14 is a clip through the troll's ear that does no damage.
Teresa will attack for 13, doing no damage. And then Polar will attack with her 1 attack. 29.
Double crits a troll.
Okay, for
8.
23 damage.
Which actually single-handedly rips off a troll's head, and it plops in the snow next to her, gone.
Nice. Oh, actually, they should be D12s because it's an arming sword, but never mind.
The ice troll next. I rolled a 9.
Tyrael.
Tyrael.
Your team and the trolls fighting you all go simultaneously.
So how does that work?
You can move to engage people, but the trolls are like coming in at you. So if you want to get further or try to draw attention, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I would try to draw attention. If I move up here, do I feel as though all 3 of these will come for me? This one.
Give me a charisma check to try and like intimidate the trolls into coming after you, to present yourself as something they need to deal with and can't bypass. Probably wait for roll 20 to reload.
I rolled a 20. I don't know if it's shown on yours.
I see it. You can intimidate 2 of these trolls. This one and this one. Do you? Yep.
Okay. I don't see your my mouse movements, but I'm assuming these 2? Yeah.
Yeah. 2 will come for Vash, and 1 will come into the Montem-Vega combination.
Okay.
And since we rolled same initiative, all attacks resolve simultaneously. I'm just going to do attacks against Tyrael. 1, 2, 3, 4. 23 is their best one. No dice. Against Vash, 1, 2, 3, 4. 20 is not going to do it.
Nope.
And 1 will rip into Vega. 23 and a 12. Ooh, just barely hurting Vega. For 2 damage.
Okay.
Second shots.
Oh, well, I need to do
I
my
still-
first.
Well,
Yeah, none of them. Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
all
sorry.
of
My bad.
I'll attack troll over here to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Combat, Moonblade, attack. 20.
20 hits.
And then it's versus large. 8 damage.
Yep.
Okay. Are we doing second attacks now or end the round?
Just do them now.
Okay. I'll attack the same one. 22.
Hits.
I imagine it hits 14 damage.
And you will drop a troll.
Okay, over here.
Go ahead and... yeah.
Vash is going to attack the one to the right. 13.
Mm-hmm.
Hits. 8 damage.
Yes, it does.
It's versus large. You might want to be rolling 1d12s versus that.
Oh, shoot.
That's
you're right.
true.
Um,
12 plus 4.
3, 1, 12. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm rolling damage for that then. 9 instead of 8 before, I think.
Excellent.
Okay, and then my second attack is
Half
a
the
22.
troll's HP. is
Sorry, you cut out. Say that again.
another hit, not a crit.
Yep. Okay, gotcha. Damage. It's rolling the dice. 5.
5, wounding the troll but not killing it outright. And
Vega
Montem, Vega,
And
Hans.
Hans are all probably gonna gang up and attack this one. So Vega,
Yeah, they all have torches lit. Burning flame.
What do I roll for this?
Normal attack rolls with their weapons because none of them have specialization, and they can all just use a torch pretty easily.
Okay.
And they need 15s to hit, just to streamline things.
Gotcha. What is Carl as a weapon?
So
Plus one
just,
dagger.
+1 dagger. That's pretty good.
I'll just do normal attack rolls. 6. Miss or hit?
Miss.
Okay. Second attack. 20. From Vega.
Crit, in fact.
What damage
Nice
do you
shot,
want for the torch?
Vega.
Torch normally does D4, but these ice trolls take double damage from torches. So instead of being 2D4 because of the crit, it's going to be 4D4.
11 damage.
11 points. The fire... Woo, that's too much. The fire burns the troll. It shrieks in pain. Its flesh rips and boils away, incinerating itself quite quickly.
All right, Montem.
And...
Another net.
Oh my god.
Nice.
It's another 44, 14 damage.
Oh my god. This troll is just incinerated. Its whole body actually goes up like flash paper and just
Montem
fades
is
away.
gonna come over here then, and he'll do his second attack.
You've already
right?
made your 3 attacks.
Oh, do they only have 1 each? Never mind.
Yeah, they only get 1 each.
Okay, that's it then.
Actually, that's not true. No, that is true. Yeah, it is true.
You ready
Okay.
for Anton?
Anton's people.
All right, here's his Warhammer. 30.
This Jack.
This is Jack.
Here's Jack, yeah.
Yeah, so 30 is a double crit. He'll do 15 plus 4, actually plus
Another
5 plus a
D4.
bunch more. Give me another D4 1.
Another one.
So
Oh my
10
God.
is 25 points of damage, which is exactly the troll's HP. And with a
Boom.
single blow from the Warhammer, he will cave in the troll's skull.
Two-handed, so here's his battle axe. 19.
Ooh, a hit.
14.
Lopping into the gut of a troll, spilling out its innards.
Here's Anton. He has 4 attacks, so I'm just going to do them all now.
Yep.
30, 29, 9, and 11.
There's some crits in there, though, right?
Yeah, the 30 clears by 10, so that'll do 9 plus 7 is 16. And then the second attack was a 29, which also clears by 10, so that'll do 10, and 3 against the same person will drop that troll as well. Quickly, they begin to fall on the back.
That was 2, and I got 2 more attacks.
That was only 2 attacks?
There's only 2 attacks, 2 crits, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
So here's the other 2. Natural 1 and a 4.
The regular hit, the last one.
10.
Excellent.
Oh, and then here's Brain Gang.
4 attacks?
Yeah, so I
Shouldn't you
have...
get 3? 2
Oh,
with
no,
your
you
main
are right. Yeah,
and
you can
one
take...
with-
Should be 3.
yeah.
Yeah,
Should be
you
three.
can
Okay,
take
perfect.
away the third one. Sorry.
Yeah, the last one. There we go.
Yep.
Excellent. And bring.
Here you go.
Is he... Nice long sword. Don't forget, you've got point blank shot with the bow, so it's not too bad to fire a melee.
Maybe I should have, but yeah, that's it.
Well, once he's actually in you, with you,
Yeah.
true melee, it's not a good idea. And what about Lord Khan with the
Oh, yeah.
torch?
Here's his magic missile.
Which troll is he
4 plus
targeting?
3. He's probably going to target Jack's troll.
Okay. And is that the wand of magic missile or the spell?
The spell. So 9 damage.
And it will hit the troll. It goes off without a hitch. Puts holes in the trolls. Fuck. And roll 20 stopped working again. And we should roll initiative.
Oh, second. I've got a second.
Oh, you've got
shot.
extra attacks? Go ahead and take them.
So does the Frost Ranger, I think. I'm shooting Teresa's damaged troll. I get 2 more attacks. A 23 and a 29.
23 and 20. 23 is a hit, 29 is a crit.
3d6 plus 12 damage. 20 damage.
Okay, and the Frost Rager will miss their attack. The 20 damage will not kill the troll.
Oof, big one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And initiative, just D10s.
Fuck.
Yes.
Nice.
This one will go at 9. That one will go at 1. This one will go at 8. And we will do ascending order.
Fuck.
Except for Tyrael got a 1 on initiative. Emmerich got a 5. Anton got an 8. Perfect. All right, Tyrael. Go first. Go ahead and take your party's turn.
On Tyrael, I am attacking the one above me. 29.
Easy. Yeah, you crit the troll. For
25.
18 and 7 is 25. Yeah, 25. Almost killing it outright.
Just a heads up, Tyrael would know this. He should probably have his troops go and burn everything. All the
Yeah,
ice
sure.
forests,
We'll
because
just
they probably read
kill them all first, but yeah. Second attack, kill. Are we doing second attacks?
Second attack at the end of the round. You got it last time because you were going simultaneously.
Okay.
The trolls will get a turn before in between.
Okay, gotcha. In that
Vash
case,
will make his first attack though, and Vega, Mont, and Hans.
yeah, Hans is gonna come over here to attack this guy. Rolling his normal attack. 18.
Hits.
Why are you only attacking? You have 2 weapons.
Why am I only attacking what?
Why are you only attacking once? You dual wield the swords.
Oh, true.
Are you not? Dual
No,
wielding?
you're right. I switched
Oh.
to one for something recently. I don't remember why, but you're right. I do normally used to. But it's okay for now, though. Hans will take his attack. Is it 2d4 for the torch?
Yes, it is.
5 damage.
You rolled a 18 to hit. Yeah, so 5 will hit and ignite the troll, and he will burn.
Vega and Montum are going to come over here for the backs of these. So Vega is going to attack this one in the back. Shift double click. Sorry. 12 plus
2 for back attack is 14. Is almost a hit, but not quite. The troll feels the fire, and as Vega tries to circle, the troll, counter circles, and Vega's torch splashes out in the direction, but the troll keeps it at a distance.
Okay, then Vosh will take a swing at him. Or Vash. Fuck. With his Rose Blade. 25.
That'll crit. Clears by 10. Deals enough damage to bring the troll to dead. On the bottom side of the map.
Wait, Montum I think
over where
goes. One more attack.
Oh. Sure.
Miss. 10
Okay.
miss. Okay.
Yeah. Over near Anton's men. The one troll fighting Jack is fucking done. It'll disengage and retreat, which you will recognize as unusual behavior for a troll. The one fighting Brain Gang will make an attack, and the one on Anton will also continue to stay and fight. 2 attacks against Brain Gang, 21 and 16, and 2 attacks against Anton. All of these are missing. No, the 21 is a hit.
Hits on Brain Gang.
Yeah. He'll scratch him for 2 points of damage. The drivers, in the meantime, are trying to keep the dogs calm and comfortable and pulling them out of the situation and away from the trolls. These dogs in the middle near Nick are kind of stuck and they can't go anywhere. The ones up here near Tyrael can get the hell out of the situation. Those were all the trolls. It is Imrich's turn.
Can the Frost Ranger go first and try and kill the one on Teresa?
No problem. Following your command, they will take a shot and do 4 to the troll, almost, but not quite killing it.
Okay, Teresa will try and attack him.
All she needs is a 15 to guide her fire, which will ignite and kill the troll, who's at 1 HP.
Yeah. Okay, I will shoot the one that's fleeing from Jack.
Ah, yeah, the one that like backed up and then turned and ran into the snow.
And I'll be shooting it in the back, will I?
You will be shooting in the back.
Is it medium range, though?
Like the measurement tool is broken right now. Medium range is what for you? 100 yards? 60 yards?
70 yards.
This is 114 feet away.
Okay, so it's not medium range, but I still get the -3 for ranged attacks, right?
No, it's not blizzarding weather today. It's fine. Regular attack roll.
Okay, so just the +2 for back attack then.
Yeah.
25.
25 clears by 10 and crits.
Or 12 damage.
It only had 3 hit points. The troll goes down.
Okay, Neal will strike out at the wounded troll that he hit last turn. It's 2 attacks this round with a 28. That's going to be a crit, right?
Yes, it will.
It's
It
going to
actually
be triple
clear
crits?
by 10, so it'll be 3 times damage dice.
3d12 is 5 damage, 23 damage. Neal decapitates this troll.
Easy.
And then Polar finally will attack her troll down here with a 21
Regular hit.
for 15 damage.
You know, Pola keeps doing incredible damage for a fighter of her class. I don't know how
Yeah.
she does it.
I'm right. Okay.
And what about Imric?
I already shot the troll that was flank.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Anton and the top trolls.
Rainy.
Whoosh.
Jack is going to come over here, get flanking or back attack. There. 31. Do I
For
hit again?
13. Yeah, one more time. 16. 20 damage, almost killing it.
And
Jack just
battle.
breaks all the bones in the back of the troll's body. He snaps down to its knees. Its arms go up in the air. Snow thrashes everywhere.
I think he kills it with his battle axe.
Oh yeah, if he hits, then he dies. Yeah.
Yep. Anton, here's his attacks. 29. I think that's 3 times damage dice.
9 and it's 19 damage.
Yeah.
First attack.
Here's the other one. Crits on 16. Didn't get it, but that hits.
Nope, just a regular hit for another 9.
Do you want me to get my last attack here?
Yeah,
already
since
went?
they've already gone.
15.
Is a hit, and we'll drop the troll. Those trolls are gone. Now it's just all the other ones. The ones here.
Wait, I have Lord Khan
Tyrael- Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I instruct Lord Khan to go to each body and light it on fire. So as many as you want in a round, he can do.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable to do one troll in a round just to make sure it's properly on fire and going.
Cool. Anton calls out, I got my side done.
Okay.
Good job.
The trolls still have to go towards the middle and the top, but I have to keep refreshing. Excellent. The one that is surrounded by everybody is going to lash out at Monteb as the troll circles, trying to figure out what's going on, eventually settling on what appears to be the weakest member of the pack, and slashes with a critical hit and a miss. But he will do 6 points of damage on his critical. Can't believe that only crits
That's
once.
lucky. Does he only have... He must have pretty good AC. Yeah, 20 AC.
Yeah, I think they're all well of damage. And
There's
in the
some weak
middle,
trolls. Then they do D8 damage. Not like D8. Then they do like D8 plus 5 usually, trolls.
regular trolls do D4 plus 4, and these are just doing a flat D8.
If the
Yeah.
trolls were around Imric, you wouldn't be speaking. It's too much damage.
I always strive for honesty, man. You know this.
Let's see. Morale check over here for these ones. That is a pass, and that is a pass. So this troll is going to use new tactics. Rather than, you can see his allies are going down. Rather than stay and fight to the end, this troll is going to try and take a captive. They love taking captives. And so provoking an attack of opportunity from Neal, go ahead and use it. Imric. The troll
Sorry,
is
what's
going
this?
to Neal and attempt to abscond with him and burrow
Absolutely
into the
not.
snow and take him back to a lair where there's not so many enemies and he can eat Neal in peace.
Neal will not stand for this. He rolls a 28 in his strength check.
An attack roll. It's an opportunity attack.
Oh, sorry, my bad. He definitely won't stand for it. 17.
It's a blow. It's a hit.
13 damage.
Ooh, that's quite good damage. And the troll, in the meantime, will just need to hit Neal. Armor won't factor into this because he's just trying to grab him. With a 21 is real easy.
That hits. Yep.
Yeah, and
Strength check?
strength check. Yes.
You want me to re-roll?
From earlier?
Yes, please re-roll.
Oh, that 28.
Oh, never mind.
What a man.
Doesn't make a difference. Neal gets grabbed by the troll, picked up, and the troll will just like grab Neal and run off, taking his treasure to the side. The other troll over here is passed their morale check and is going to just consume
Look.
a 23.
Her AC is 21. Yeah, that hits.
Yes. Pola will be hit for another minor 2 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I believe second attacks are in order for anyone who has them.
Okay, I am going to fire my 2 shots in the Frost Ranger, shooting at the troll trying to abscond with Neal.
Okay.
Do him first, just in case he dies after my first shot.
Oh, you want the Frost Ranger to shoot first? Okay.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah. Don't forget the back attack.
19 will hit for 7 damage.
Okay, and then I will shoot it with a 19 for 9 damage.
Damn.
And that will bring the troll down. He and Neal will drop into the snow.
And then I turn and shoot the one fighting Paula with my third attack for a 21 and 5 damage.
That will hit, and I don't think it will kill the troll.
Jack has a second attack. Can he run over to the troll fighting Paula?
Give him a con check to, power through the snow and keep himself in full. No, Jack starts going through the snow, but he's a dwarf, and the snow is tall, and it takes a lot of energy for him to and he starts to wear himself out and can't keep up the speed. Dangerous over short distances. He can get to about here and then end his turn.
Go.
Anyone else with a second action?
Yep.
Paula has a second attack this turn.
Sure. And Tyrael, I believe. And
Yeah.
Vash. Go ahead and make your attacks.
Okay, Paula gets a 21 and damage.
Excellent. And then he had taken 9
You should be
before,
rolling
right?
D12.
No, yes, D12, sorry. Time that should be a D12. Should be 12 damage instead, Neal.
Perfect. That is enough to drop the troll to dead.
Vash rolls a 15.
Looks like hits.
11 damage.
Easy. Almost killing the troll in one blow. Well, third of its HP.
Tyrael rolls a 28, I think, for a flank.
Yep, you will crit the troll. You will do double dice.
I think just one of these.
23, will drop the troll dead. And after a few moments of peace and everyone scurrying to look in all directions, you can see that the troll threat is neutralized.
We burn everything.
Yeah, we'd burn them all.
They quickly incinerate. An interesting thing to note as you go from troll to troll is that none of them seem to be regenerating in the process. You still burn them, I take it.
Yeah.
But you notice that none of their flesh is knitting over anywhere. Either capable of regenerating or there are conditions upon their regeneration which are not being met here. Something is wrong with the trolls.
Cool. Emmerich, do you still see the waves, as you called it?
No, I don't think so. None of the eyes have come back to report, so I assume that means there's nothing out there, Neal, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, let's keep
okay.
going then. Tyrael, is that fine?
Yep, forward.
Okay, carrying on towards the tower.
Forward our heroes march.
Anton is going to pass. Sorry, I'm trying to find which one. He's gonna pass a 2d4 plus 2 to Jack. And
A
you can tell
2d4
me
plus
when this
2
goes
healing
off or
potion?
not. Yeah. It's for 6. I don't know when you want it.
Yeah, let's see. The healing potion works just fine. Jack can go ahead and regain 6 HP. No problem. You will find the terrain before you from this point on is a little bit slicker. The snow here is hard packed into ice, and with the sleds, it makes it fairly easy to go. And with the nails that have been driven into your boots, the little tiny screws that go all the way through, you can get good traction, and you make very good time. By the time the sun is going down, the full view, you can see it rests on a small hill, maybe 60 feet across, that rises maybe a total of 10 feet up off the ground. The tower itself is 30 feet in diameter.
Not attached to a keep.
Not attached to a keep, just sitting on top of the hill, rising to look up and out over everything. The tower windows have bars across them all the way up and down, and thick panes of glass on the other side. The front door of the tower has an actual solid door still remaining, although it doesn't look to be made out of wood. It looks to be made out of some sort of metal, some sort of reinforced steel or brass. It's got like a brassy color, so it can't be steel, but a bronze, a brass, a copper, some sort of alloy here with a lock in it. The door, with your spyglass, you can see that the locking mechanism on the door in a row, side by side by side. It would take 3 keys turned in tandem at the same time to open this door.
What about 3 lock pickers locking at the same time, or lock picking at the same time?
That would also work. Or 1 lock picker who can get it into position and have someone hold that thing and then move on to the next one and move on to the next one.
Yeah, can we try it? I should have, between me, Montum, Hans, we should be able to try it.
Absolutely. Why don't you make 3 lock picking attempts, and then if you fail, then the others can try and pick up your slack.
If I fail?
Yeah.
So we get to the tower without incident. Nice roll, Steve.
Well, you missed the first one.
You can pick up your slack. Just do the others.
Rolling the dice.
Do the other 2.
Yeah, hold on. It's rolling. It's rolling.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's
All
okay.
right, so you can do the second and the looking for you. So why don't you have one of your other rogues try to pick the first lock?
Okay. I don't know if did you fill out like all of their thief
I
abilities?
did. I filled out all of their thief's abilities.
Wow. Okay. Well, Montum
You'll
steps
see
up.
that some of them are skilled in different ways. Yeah. It takes some time, but between the 3 rogues here, you can unlock the door. And with a heavy groan and the breaking of the ice that has encased this door, the strength of Jack helps swing it open. And as the party looks into the darkness of the frozen keep, untouched for how many eons we won't know, we will end our session for the day.
Wow.
We're ending early before a 2 to 3 week break. Feels
Are
bad.
we? Wait. Oh yeah. Are we coming back next time at the same time, or what are we doing? Next Thursday.
Next week I'm out of town.
23rd.
Yeah.
All right. The week after
I think
that
we're
is the 30th.
Many of us are unavailable. Yep, no dice on either of those.
The 6th?
All right.
I can probably do the 6th. 99%.
Well, hopefully,
Yeah,
I think by
works
the
fine for
6th,
me.
I should have real internet, so I'll be on my actual computer. Wow. Hold on, we have 4 questions.
Okay.
All right, this guy says, I don't know which question he asked, but he said, sorry for asking a bitch question last time. A few sessions ago, Destiny was embarrassed telling his cool... Wait, what is this? Hold on, 1 second.
Is he schizo posting?
I don't understand this question. Okay, this might be a schizo post. Sorry for asking a bitch question last time. A few sessions ago, Destiny was embarrassed telling his cool new racism fans that he played D&D, and Koibu made a joke about them being in a dungeon surrounded by 4 dragons. Was that already planned for, or did that offhand joke inspire the encounter?
I don't.
Who are your cool new racism friends?
What? Wait, did you make a joke about 4 dragons surrounding us a long time ago? I don't remember.
If I did, it was coincidental. I have no recollection of any joke about 4 dragons.
Okay.
Next
Next one. The death or disfigurement of which followers would the brothers feel the most distraught about, or do they not really care about them outside of their working relationships?
Definitely the disfigurement of Polar.
Bro. Anton would miss Jack. Jack is one of the most skilled fighters he's ever seen, so he would be quite saddened.
Losing Paula would just be a national disaster. I don't know if the Queen will let us back.
We might need to get another wish roll to bring her back.
Yeah. As a counter, though, if the Frost Ranger were to be accidentally killed by a secret troll like 10 minutes outside of the city as we were about to leave, that would be
Quite
as long as it wasn't our fault. As long as it wasn't our fault, I'm not saying we should kill him, but if he were to die of natural causes at that point, that would be.
This Frost Ranger is 7th level, correct, Koibu?
The Frost Ranger is...
Oh, we're getting 7th level, so he had 2 attacks, but I don't...
He's 3rd level and he's got a +1 bow. All right, what more do you want?
5th level. He's 5th level with a +1 bow and a +2 arming sword, +1 chainmail, +1 cloak of protection, +1 ring of protection.
Okay.
I would say for real though, I would miss Vega, of course. Did Vega work with my uncle? Was he that old? Or I don't remember how that connection was first built, or if he's just part of the same crime.
They ran in the same circles. They weren't particularly close.
Okay.
But
well, I've got a huge history with Vega, so I feel sad if he died.
Yeah.
When Tyrael was talking to the Mystrian family about living contentedly after Scoria's defeat, how did that make Anton feel?
Can you repeat it? Sorry.
When Tyrael was talking to the Mystrian family about living contentedly after Scoria's defeat, how did that make Anton feel?
Oh, Anton has plans after that I can't share, so Anton felt just fine with that answer.
And which of the brothers would be the best dad?
Rick, clearly. Gabriel wouldn't pay the kid any attention. Anton would probably, shake it to death.
Jesus Christ.
So I think Imrik's probably the most suited.
I feel like it'd be like 3 different styles of parenting. Like Tyra would probably be like a hard ass, like super disciplined or whatever. Imrik would be like you'd raise your weird priest cleric kid or whatever to be like part of the holy order from birth. And then Imrik would be like, oh, I'm the cool dad who goes out drinking with his kid when he's only 15, but also makes creepy comments about his like female peers who are also 15.
Listen, kid, why don't you gather your friend Katie over here and we'll all smoke a joint?
Jesus, yeah.
Base.
Oh, I'm sorry. The cleric priest kid was supposed to be Anton, not Imrik. Sorry.
Is that it?
Yep. Well, anything else, Koibu? Anything you want to say to us before we leave for 2 weeks?
We will see you on the other side with some more exploration of Glacia.
All right.
That's it.
Have fun, guys. Peace out. We will be
Bye-bye.
back in 2 weeks. Bye.